Alright, stream is live. I still need a moment to pull up chat and do a Discord announcement, possibly a few other things, so feel free to skip the first 2 or 3 minutes of the video if you're watching the VOD. Alright, let's see. Got chat pulled up. That's the happy part. Live with Yuri. And you slap the link in there at everyone. And boom. So now everyone knows that we're live. Click is here before I even gave the announcement because he's a powerful guy. What's going on, Click? Alright, let's add some tags to this in case that helps. Do a few other things and then we could get started. How was your day, Click? What's going on, brother? What have you been up to? I gotta make another short. I had a idea for a short. I will admit it's me like stealing or perhaps borrowing content, but I got an idea, my guys. Let's just say that. I got an idea that I think is funny. Or at least relevant and realistic. Alright, I think that's our tags done. What's going on, Azure? Yo, we gonna see some cats kiss. A Nico stream, I see. What's going on, 99? How you doing, brother? 99, tomorrow. I don't know if you saw the post, but tomorrow we're doing over 160 rolls for Raiden Shogun. And I think it's around the time where you might be awake. I don't know. But how you doing, 99? How's everything been, brother? And how has everybody else's day been? I beat the announcement, Click says. Yes, you did. That is impressive. How's you, homie? I'm doing well, 99. I went to a Japanese restaurant today, so if you go to my Discord and you go to the food channel, you'll see like what I ate. But I got shrimp tempura for the first time. Never had tempura before. That was pretty bussin'. I got yakitori for the first time, which is, you know, the grilled chicken skewers with the sauce. That was also really, really good. Got miso soup, my favorite, and then I went across the street, and there was like this bakery, and the bakery did not look that great. Like the cookies and all of that just looked mediocre, but I got a chocolate eclair, right? Like one of those custard eclairs, and it was like 20 out of 10. Best custard eclair I've ever had. So yeah, my dad was like, man, that was basically the hidden gem of the bakery. So, you know, I gotta go back now for more custard eclairs at some point, because that was phenomenal. I come to send luck. I got her finally. Damn, man. Yeah, definitely send me some of that luck, bro. Because I failed on her first banner. I failed on her rerun. So I gotta get her on the second rerun, or else I'm gonna cry, my dude. I will literally cry if I don't get her tomorrow. I gotta get her on at least one account. Like, come on. I've been doing good. Just excited to go to school and use my new stuff. You know. Listen, do you guys see this? Do you guys see Azure being a nerd in chat, talking about going back to school and being happy about it? What's going? I'm so disappointed. As a father figure, I've never felt more disappointed in my life. Wow, Yuri, ayo, Eclair's always busting. They're always busting 99, but this was like divinity. You know what I mean? This is like a new, and it was so freaking soft too. It was just, oh my god, 99. It was godlike. Like, just thinking about it makes me want to cry tears of joy. I'm angry on the new banners, 3 of my favorites. Wait, why are you angry? I'm so confused. Oh, because you don't know who to pick? Honestly, all 3 of them kind of mid, my guy. For me, at least. They're not Aika, they're not Yoimiya. Those are the best characters. And I already have them anyway, so. Take me when I visit. I want some eclair. Bro, I'll take you. Don't worry. Don't worry, I got you. Bro, I feel you. I lost on both effing banners. Wait, which ban? Oh, the first two. Yeah, me too, man. I don't know if both of them are here on YouTube. I think the rerun banner was. So I think my failure still exists on the internet. I don't know about the first one, but I don't want to relive it anyway. How am I being a nerd? Dude, you want to go back to school? I can give you my chi-chi so you don't got 50-50, the gun. Do you want me to be a drug dealer, Dad? Huh? Exactly, I want you to carry on the family business. Jesus. Yes, I need some. No, I can't get them. I need Yelan for my new Yoimiya. Bro, I have Yelan. I got Yoimiya. I didn't know they were compatible. What I've been doing is, Nahida, Yoimiya tag team, and that's been working really well. I also see that my stream doesn't look good. I gotta fix that before we actually start. My bad, guys, because, like, I was preparing some stuff earlier. The YouTube post that announced the stream. So I had to, you know, take a picture using OBS of, like, my avatar with the banner. So I adjusted the Elgato settings, and now I have readjusted them. I'll join the one world before you pull. You want to join my world when I pull? I think Asia is where I have the least number of wishes. I could tell you right now. Let me see what I got for Asia. In Asia, I think 45. Yeah, I have 45 event pulls and 6 standard pulls. In Europe, I have 52 event, 14 standard. In Americas, I have 64 event pulls and 22 standard. So Americas, I have the most. That's where I'm most likely to get her. Asia is where I'm least likely to get her, but we'll see what happens. Ayayay and Yoimiya is top 2, and Zhao 3rd, Yelan 4th, and Hu Tao 5th. Okay, Ayaka is number 1, bro. Yoimiya number 2. Eula is number 3. Eula deals crazy damage, my guy. Zhao could possibly be number 4. And then for number 5, hard to say. I don't even want to contemplate right now. I'm not ready for it. No, G, you kept that a secret from me. Listen, you were still too young. You weren't ready to take the throne. But now that you're trying to run away from the family business, now that you're trying to run away from our legacy, I figure I have to tell you what we're all about. My Yoimiya team is Yoi, Shinku, Yunjin, and Bennett, Shotgun Yoi. Bro, that actually sounds like a dang good team, but I'm kind of surprised that you switched to Yoimiya. I don't know, man. I don't know why, but I just didn't think you'd be a Yoimiya main. Like, how did this come about? I'll also join your world. I guarantee luck to others. Alright, you're gonna have to join my world tomorrow when I do the Europe pulls then. Yes, also, why I want Yelan. They work good together. Dang. Sorry, Dad, but I need a better influence. I mean, Saru is here. Can Saru be your positive influence? And yeah, I saw Ayaka's new outfit. We were talking about it during my stream yesterday, Saru. I don't like it. It looks to me like a little Bo Peep outfit. I feel like her original outfit has like a lot more of like an intricate design, whereas the new one just feels kind of simple and bland. You know, in the new one she has leggings, which I usually like, but in the original I get to see those like bearskin legs, which is even sexier. So when in terms of like sexiness, but also detail and elegance, the original outfit win in both regards, you know what I mean? So, yeah, new outfit, not bussin'. Not excited, unfortunately. Sad to say. There's actually a video that explains what is the best 5 stars, and Ganyu and Aika and some other ones are top tier. I don't like Ganyu, though, because the only way she's top tier is if you do the charge shots, and that playstyle is boring. Like, you gotta factor in enjoyment, you know what I mean? Like, with Yoimiya, you enjoy using her flame arrows. That's just fun. Let's be real. Ayaka's pretty fun for me at least. I don't know if other people feel the same, but like, yeah, Ganyu's just boring, my dude. Zhao is low level because he needs so much investment. I mean that I could kind of understand, but he does get very powerful, and he's pretty fun to play. It's worth the investment. Bro, I don't know about the new skin. Nari said she liked it. I don't know about it. Kinda ASS. Listen, I'm kind of surprised that Nari liked it, because Nari is an artist, so I feel like she should have higher expectations or something. Because, like, the original one just has much more detail. It's much prettier, too. So that kind of throws me for a loop. Also, thank you to the 4 people who have liked the stream so far. I got to go Zaimas for hitting that like button. I hear people comparing the outfit to Yunjin. I can see that, too. I think Yunjin's felt a little bit more unique, though, and also just more fitting for her. So I think it works better for Yunjin. Doesn't work as well for Ayaka. Wish there was a good skin for her. I mean, like, literally every character. I feel it would be nice if every character had, like, at least 2 alternate costumes. Because then you have, like, some real variety, right? You have some real choice, which would be nice. But, you know, it is what it is, man. To be honest, at the price that they have these costumes for, it's not worth it anyway. Because it's like, what, 15, 20 bucks? That's not worth it. She said compared to the outfit, it felt like it would look good in Mondstadt. Eh. I mean, is that really important, though? Is that like a priority that you want to have a outfit that looks good in Mondstadt? Mondstadt is just 1 out of 4 regions so far, you know what I mean? And it's like the old region, the original, that you're probably not even playing in anymore. Like, what's the point, kinda? You know what I mean? I woke up at the same time as usual. I would usually wake up at the same time regardless of my schedule. I would not run late for work, but that also meant that even if I stayed late on the weekend, I would still end up waking up early the next day. You love Ganyu, but do you have Ganyu? And if you do have Ganyu, I think you do have Ganyu, right? Because we took the picture together. Do you play her... You play her DPS? Do you do the charge shots? I mean, I got Ganyu on Asia, but... I just do support. I use her elemental burst, and then I switch to Yoimiya's flame arrows usually, and then bam, 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 melt damage. Nami don't wanna. I never play Ganyu main DPS. I only play sub Ganyu. Yeah, I'm the same way, man. Sub Ganyu only. I'm not even gonna bother to try to build DPS Ganyu, because everybody's like, oh, she could deal... Remember when she first came out, 99? Everybody was like, oh, she could deal 40k damage. Like, dude, who cares? Ayaka could easily deal 50,000 damage. Yula could easily deal over 100,000. Hu Tao could easily deal like 70,000. Like, pretty much everybody is just as strong as Ganyu. Like, Ganyu is not special. This skill earned me a supplementary prize for attendance in high school, but sometimes it felt more like a curse. It hadn't been working quite as well lately, probably due to how severely exhausted I was, but this morning, everything suddenly went back to normal, and I was already up and about at 7 a.m. Yeah, I use her charge shots, and you don't get bored? Or do you regret... do you regret firing every time you do that charge shot? I have her name card too. I mean, that's not too impressive. I have a lot of name cards, and I barely use the characters that I have those name cards for. What's going on, Mr. Mister? Actually, Mr. Mister, I'm glad you're here, because I just remembered that I have to troll you later, so... Let me take out my phone, and let me make a note of the fact that I have to troll you sometime after stream. I'm like, okay, yes, she's OP, but everyone is also OP and in the same number rate and slower. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm saying, you know? It's not worth it to bother with Ganyu. Like, I'm legit never rolling for Ganyu again. I don't need her in Americas. I don't need her in Europe. She's worthless. I'm like, okay, yes, she's OP. Okay, I read that. Hi, Azure. No, it's actually enjoyable for me. Hi again. Nico, what's going on, Chuya? Did you see the announcement? Tomorrow we're doing over 160 rolls for Raiden Shogun. And today we're doing lesbians. The best thing that you can have on YouTube. But how are you doing, Chuya? What's going on? How has your... I should say how has your holiday been? Because I haven't heard from you in a while and we just had the holidays. So how was your holiday first and foremost? Right now I'm taking some notes on my phone while talking to everyone. I gotta troll one of my boys later. So troll... Mr. I gotta help click later in Genshin. I'll write that down. I need to email 2 people. And then when I'm done with all 4 of these jobs, I can enjoy my night. My night in terms of doing something that I want to do for fun instead of doing things that... Most of those things are like work, honestly, but it's fine. What I do need is Kazuha. I don't want him. You know who I kind of want, though? Who's kind of like Kazuha? Venti. I heard Venti would be useful for, like, Spiral Abyss. How dare you say that about Ganyu? She's boring. She's boring, Chuya. Do you really have fun doing charge shots? Be honest. I know, right? These Ganyu haters. QQ, nice to meet you. QQ, his name is 99. I'm pretty sure... I would think you've met him before. He's one of my Twitch mods. He's also a VIP in the Discord. I mod his Twitch channel. Sometimes he does art. Sometimes he does gaming. But yeah, really cool guy. My baby Ganyu is best strong. He's also done collabs with me here on the YouTube. So if you ever watch like the Genshin waifu and husbando tier maker, that's him in the video. And probably a few other videos as well. Including like the Nico GU quizzes. Hopefully you guys have checked those out. Those are interesting. You'll learn more about me. And so on and so forth. He just mad. Who is mad? Nico? Bro, I couldn't be happier. I had freaking shrimp tempura today. I had yakitori today. All this good Japanese food. A sexy eclair. What's going on, Coconut? Ganyu is boring. There you go. Bro, Ganyu is the slowest in doing 1 million damage between Aika and Eula. And she is so boring, dude. You know what's interesting, though? That everybody who's like a guy in chat, all of us guys are like Ganyu is whack, and it's the girls who are saying Ganyu is good. Because Azure and Chuya are girls, and there's a clear gender divide in this debate. Nico, are you forgetting that my main account has all the bow users ever? I actually didn't know that. I'm also not the biggest bow user guy. Basically just Yoimiya. I use Fischl, but she just throws out her Raven and then goes away. I'm not the biggest bow user. I'm mostly, I think, swords. Like, regular swords. Not even great swords, just regular swords. Yo, I've known Nico for a long time. It's true. 99 has known me close to 3 years now. Like, more than 2.5 years. Basically, when I first got on Twitch, he was the first person I met, more or less. Which is insane. Ganyu isn't the slowest. Did you steal more candy? If you've played all the other bow users, she's not slow. Hush, Chuya, hush, tisk, tisk. Bro, you guys are just so impatient. It's just 2 seconds of the charge shots. It's boring, though. It's boring. Think about how fun it is to, like, do Yoimiya's flame arrows. And she's got that backwards jump. And it's just awesome, right? And then you got my boy Zhao jumping in the air. Slamming down, swords popping up out of the ground around him. You know what I mean? You got stuff like that that's cool. And then you got some boring charge shots. Think about it. I don't know a single good cryo user. Ayaka. Eula. What are you talking about? There's plenty of good cryos. Oh, so Venti is a guy, Q. I play Venti. Her good with Riot for farming, man. Nah, I think 99 is right. Venti definitely a waifu. Tisk tisk, man. We talked about this in the Genshin waifu and husbando tier maker. that's here on the YouTube. You could go watch it. Venti, top tier to waifu. Venti is genderless. I don't get how it's boring. Bro, you kind of different, Azure. You want some strong copium if you don't get it. Well, technically, yes, but form he choose at the moment is guy. So, Child is a guy, still doesn't say damage and is unique and fun and holds a bow. Yeah, Child does some pretty decent damage with a pretty fun playstyle. My whole PC just crashed. Anyways, I'm back. I'm a Child main and I'm proud. Oof. Never have I felt more disappointment. Mr. be giving me disappointing takes. Like, I still remember he wounded me the other day when he said chocolate cake is mid. And now he's saying that he's proud to be a Child main. It's just... I should just end the stream right here. Also, I see we've got even more likes on the stream. Arigato gozaimasu for all of you guys who are hitting the like button. When will they release Venti's Archon skin? I feel like the Archons just don't have skins, period, though. Like, Zhongli, I don't think has an alt skin. Neither does Raiden Shogun. It's just like Kaching, Barbara, Ningguang, Ayaka's upcoming. I forgot who else. It doesn't even matter. But the Archons, I think, just don't have skins. Let me get what you smoking, Azure. Azure, you sure you're not already a drug dealer? All male characters are SHIT to me. I effing hate them. Their playstyles are horrible. That's not true. You just don't have Zhao. You just don't have Zhao. Oh, also Ayato. Ayato is really fun. His elemental skill, where he does like the whoosh, 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 whoosh. Both of those are really fun. You're just missing out. Azure in this game, for real, Azure in this game. What's going on, XYZ? Child is sick, he's so fun to play. Okay, but look, I'm allowed to go into random worlds and play liar, then flirt. You know what? You haven't done that for me. I feel immeasurable disappointment, Mister, so I don't even want to talk about that right now. It just brings back memories of abandonment. I have like C2 Child and I don't play him. Dang. Light. Why Chuya? Why? Because Aito is so cool. Hazel is fun too. And Ito, nah, that is hella boring. Zhao is looking hella strong. Hella boring. No, he's cool, man. He jumps up in the air, slams down, and swords pop up around him. That's pretty bad ASS. Oh yeah, so just a reminder, guys. If you're in Americas, the Raiden Shogun rolls will be happening in the morning tomorrow. If you're in Europe or Asia, it will be the afternoon or at night, most likely. So yeah, don't forget, Raiden Shogun rolls tomorrow, guys. I see no difference between Zhao and Ganyu. I have to find a new way to build him. Nah, Zhao, best guy in Genshin. Ganyu is better than Zhao? Dang. Sus takes. But Zhao looks cool AF. Man, I've been posting fan arts of him in the Discord because like Tenmuki likes them, Chi likes them, Tracy likes them, a couple of my girls like Zhao, so I'm like, you know what? If I find nice fan arts of him, I gotta ping all the ladies. Emma is better than you, my guy. Emma is S tier, so you don't even have to say that she's better than anyone. That's just like a given. Bro, Emma is better than me. Like, real talk. Just like, you don't even mess with Emma. Bro, I'm starting a farming business with my friends for Genshin. Oh my god. I should do that. You guys should pay me to help you farm. I'm gonna start a Patreon. If you want Nico G's help, I need... What should my rate be? I'm really OP, so I think I deserve a lot. I'll be nice though. Minimum wage, $15 an hour. At least $15 an hour. That's what artists charge. So I'm gonna charge the artist rate. Zhao is a BB. There you go. Finally something making sense around here from Chuya. I can't tell if that was for me, but if Emma's cooler than me, I can agree. I'm not gonna say anything. She's my girly, for real. Bro, I think he did say it to you. But in reality, Emma cooler than all of us, my guy. So my Zhao not built again, cause Ganyu Chuya. Oh my god, Chuya, I don't understand you anymore. Are you Ganyu main, Chuya? who's like your real main? Why not Yoimiya instead? Come on. We actually getting good money, bro. There's so many effing people who are so effing lazy. Man, not gonna lie, I was thinking about selling one of my accounts at one point. But then I'm like, man, I don't know if people will pay what it's worth, you know what I mean? I don't know if people would pay what it's worth. Yes, Azure. Angry face. I couldn't remember when I went to sleep yesterday, so I decided to read the book I left by the bed to kill some time. But I wasn't feeling sleepy even after 30 minutes of reading. I must have slept well last night, so I pulled myself together and got out of bed. Just switch to Yelan? Is Yelan really that good? Because, like, I built her on Americas, but I'm still not impressed. Nah, Coconut took that title of coolest person. Coconut? Are you sure, though? Because remember, Coconut is actually 2 people. Coconut is also Banana. So, taking that back into consideration, could you say that Coconut is still better than Emma? People won't pay its worth. Yeah, they won't. They won't. Venti, Ganyu, Yelan, Fischl, Tainari, Kole. Is Tainari a bow user? I didn't even know that. They're the bow users I use lots of? Huh. I heard Tainari's really good. I'm surprised that you're not saying Yoimiya, though. Like, Yoimiya's a freaking top tier bow user. Like, how are you ignoring her like this? Yelan slaps hard. No, Emma solos LLL don't talk. She actually is, but she needs lots of investment. Wait, what? Yeah, Coconut is a banana. You didn't see? When Coconut was like in the Discord and she like changed personas to banana. And she's like, hey, what's up? Hey, got that ring. Hey. You missed that? Like, dude, that was like a whole... And then like Click was losing his SHIT. And it was like one of the best moments of 2023 in the Discord thus far. Tainari is fun. Bro, how you not know Tainari is a bow user? Because I don't have Tainari. I don't have him, and I don't think I did his test run. I actually did his test run. But I didn't remember what weapon he had. Gotta go? Alright, Click. Looking forward to having you back in 15 minutes, buddy. I passed by the flower beds in the inner yard and circled around the building to see Kozue standing among the bamboo trees by the stone fence. She kept looking at both the ground and a piece of paper in her hand. What are you doing? I came closer to her and she showed me the black and white picture she held. It depicted a stone well. I was looking for an old well. There stood an ancient-looking moss-covered well in front of us. I peeked down into it, seeing only muddy water. I wonder if this well also leads to that weird cave with the alternate dimension that we saw earlier in this chapter last Saturday. Bro, Tainari is good. I like his skills. I liked his bursts, I guess, where it has like all these attacks hitting down at once. But at the time, when he released and they had the test runs, I had more fun with Kole, because I kind of liked her boomerang. I think Mr. Mister said that the boomerang mechanics are kind of not the best, but I enjoyed it at the time. If I was a boy and had a pee-pee, I would stack donuts on it and stick it in pee. That's an interesting dream that you have there, Azure, and I hope one day you get to live it out in some way. Nico, you played Code Vein. Not only have I played Code Vein, but I played it twice back to back. I beat it, and then I immediately did a second playthrough. I have it on PS4, physical copy. I regret not buying the collector's edition. But yes. Yes, indeed. I have played Code Vein. Love it very much. Would hardcore invest in a sequel. I would buy a collector's edition of the second one if there's ever a second one. Why do you ask, though? Have you just started playing it, or are you like in the middle of playing it? What? The boomerang feels janky? What? That caught me off guard. Where did that come from? Yeah, thank you. I hope I have a dream of it. I hope I have a dream of it. What made you type that? Why are you even surprised? Azure has been doing weird stuff like this for like 1 or 2 weeks now. Like, this is Azure. I see. My friend lent me their code vein, and I'm gonna play it today. Oh, okay, nice. Have you played other similar games like Dark Souls 1 through 3, Elden Ring, Sekiro, Neo, stuff like that? I like it very much. Bloodborne. Like, if I had to say out of all those Souls-like games, Bloodborne is my favorite. I think Code Vein is my second favorite. Even though that sounds sinful. Oh yeah, okay. Reconnections successful. Alright, we're good. I've been keeping an eye out for this. Okay, I responded to that in writing. Your internet is bad. Well, you know, I had to turn something off for it to work better. Unfortunately. This has been happening since yesterday. I generally thought it was me. Was it happening yesterday? It shouldn't have been happening yesterday. Yesterday it might have been you, because today I definitely saw that it was buffering on my end. Like, it was definitely a me problem today. But yesterday, that wasn't happening. Not on my end. Here lies his frail jelly donut body. May he rest in lag spikes. Dang. I gotta go because I must play Code Vein and remake my OC again. Okay. Enjoy Code Vein. Have fun remaking your OC. If you ever want to share what the finished product of the OP looks like in the Discord, share your art channel, feel free. Thanks for popping in, Chuya. Hope to see you again soon. It keeps pausing? Yeah, bruh. What keeps pausing? You know, it happens. That's life. Most of the streams are on point. Today's not on point. You'll live. Yeah, do you know how old that picture is? It was taken 6 years ago. I found it in the pamphlet you get at the station. Yes, I'll def show you guys. Oh yeah. Be safe and have a good day, guys. You too, Julia. The well looked a lot nicer in the picture. The stones it was made of had now cracked with a variety of vegetation growing all over it. The planks covering it seemed to be rotting away too. I didn't realize it deteriorated so fast when not used. Kozue returned the picture to the file and put it into her bag. Why were you looking for an abandoned well anyway? What's going on, David? How you doing this weekend, brother? Bro, I want to play Elden Ring and Sekiro. I'm surprised you haven't played Elden Ring yet, 99. I think I got it for like 40 bucks, which wasn't bad. And it's definitely worth it. Because you definitely get a lot of hours of gameplay out of it. Sekiro, I didn't like as much because they have this mechanic, I heard, where the more you die, the harder the game gets. Because it like corrupts the world or something. It's just kind of crazy. I think it's the most challenging out of all the Souls-like games. A bit too challenging, perhaps. OMFG, your damn stream doesn't work. The stream's literally working now. We had one problem. I fixed it. I doubt we'll have more problems. If we do, that's life. I want to play a lot of games. I bought a few for my spring break, which is very soon. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got a 1 week off in February, and I got 1 week off in April. So I've got some additional breaks coming soon. Good, you? I'm doing well, David. I don't know if you're in the Discord, but in the Discord I posted some pictures of Japanese food I ate today for the first time ever. Some shrimp tempura and some yakitori, so I'm at the top of my game after having all that. And I also got a chocolate eclair that was a 20 out of 10 from a bakery today. That was phenomenal. Psh, a lot of good stuff today, to say the least. What have you been up to, David? Anything new? Playing any new games? Watching any new anime or shows? Trying any new foods? What have your adventures been like? I know, right? I've been wanting it. I didn't have a PC at that time. That's Demon Souls? Wait, what about Demon Souls? Demon Souls, yeah, Demon Souls is kind of like that too. But honestly, Demon Souls was easier. Because I beat Demon Souls. But I heard Sekiro has the same mechanic, pretty much. And Sekiro is a lot harder. You know what the other problem is with Sekiro? In Sekiro, you have to be really good at parrying. And as you guys probably know from different streams that I've done of different games, I've said it a million times, I'm terrible at parrying. So usually I like to do sword and board. I like to like just block, attack, block, attack. If I can't do that, I prefer to just dodge, attack, dodge, attack. And, you know, in a game that relies heavily on parrying, someone like me who sucks at timing is just not gonna do well. So, yeah, Sekiro, hate to say it. I love the visuals, the graphics, and all that. It's a stunning game, but in terms of gameplay and in terms of my accessibility to the gameplay, it's just not for me. I suck at it. And I don't wanna practice. I'm too lazy to practice getting better. Is it just me? I can't tell if my internet is bad or... Well, on my end, because I have my stream pulled up, it's working perfectly now. So I don't know about Jack and David. I would assume it's working better for most people now. So if anybody can confirm if the stream is no longer lagging for them, it should be smooth. I have no dropped frames. It should be just an Azure and maybe a few other people problem. Sekiro is the Soulsborne game I have the most NG plus in. Dang. That just means that you're a god, Jack. That's what that means, because I'm still in the beginning and I just can't. Now I can though, but no time because on double major. Probably something like NG plus 5. I think I've only done at most like 2 playthroughs of any Souls game. Because I haven't... When it comes to like those types of games, I haven't had much motivation to like get a platinum trophy. I usually have more motivation to get platinum trophies in like the side scrollers, like when I did Ender Lilies or turn-based combat games. But those other ones, like sometimes they have trophies that are weird. Like I think Dark Souls 3 had trophies that were like collect every spell or incantation. And I'm just like, I don't want to do this. Like, who cares? So yeah, I did like maybe 2 playthroughs of No, I think I actually did 4 playthroughs of Bloodborne. Okay, so maybe that was the only one that I did a lot of. And then I did 2 playthroughs of Dark Souls 3, 1 playthrough of Dark Souls 2, maybe 2 playthroughs of Dark Souls 1. 2 playthroughs of Code Vein, 1 playthrough of Demon Souls. I think those are my stats. I use a wired connection. I can't confirm it's good. I'm also using a wired connection. So on which channel did you post it? I posted the food in the Foodie channel, the Foodie Haven. Let me know when you see it. Tracy responded to it after I posted it. Click reacted to it apparently, and Jack responded to it because I pinged him specifically since him and I were talking about all this yummy Japanese food about 2 weeks ago. He inspired me. We had some Japanese people in our class 3 weeks ago. Wait, what? What were they doing in your class though? Like just talking about their experiences in Japan, or what was the purpose of their visit? Sekiro's hard, alright, but it's super cool. I found a new Korean util shop and got a lot of stuff, man. Are you gonna share some of the stuff on Discord? Post what you got. And let me tell you, Korean melon ice cream is so great. I got every flavor. Oh, man. That sounds like something I want to try. Jesus. You guys are killing me, man. You guys just make me want to go places. Yesterday I was talking to my friend about starting a podcast, which we might start soon on YouTube. And we talked about a lot of things, of types of topics that we would discuss on the podcast. Him having to get a VTuber model ready. Just a lot of stuff. And after we were done talking about podcast basics, we ended up talking about food because, you know, what else do we talk about around here, right? Mostly food. And he told me that he had Salvadorian food recently and that they have something called, I don't know, it was like pushu or something with a P, and it's just like the same sound twice. Forgot what it's called. But anyway, it kind of looked like naan, Naan, the Indian sort of like pita bread type looking thing. Anyway, he was simping it hard. He told me I gotta try it. I don't know where I could get Salvadorian food where I live, but I want to try all these things that we keep talking about. Also, I see we got another like on stream. Thank you for the additional like. Everyone, arigato. Basically just exchange students? Oh, that's cool, but how long did they stay? Are they still there, or are they gone? Bro, I'm not joking. I finished every single thing I bought except the seaweed sheets for sushi. Hello, Katan. How are you doing today? My phone just died. Bring it back. I like this. David. I thought I could find a ghost here. The area was surrounded by buildings and woods, keeping it perpetually shaded. I could almost believe one would meet a ghost or two here at night. I heard the cry of a bird from the direction of the inner yard. Kozue turned to me. Alright, let me close my door. Because my dad is just gonna wake up if I keep talking loud, and I want to get louder. Alright, doors closed. Okay, Catan just became cheese. What the heck is going on? Is Catan someone we know, or is Catan someone new? Because some of you guys just change your PFPs and your names so much that I don't even know who's who half the time. Catan, are you new to the stream, or are you like Click or somebody else doing some funny business? I dropped $70 worth of stuff. What? Dude, did you take pics? Post pics in the Discord. Also, thank you for the additional like. Alright, guys. She gave me a hard look, narrowing her round eyes. I just wanted to see where it was after looking at the picture. Perhaps she intended that part about ghosts as a joke. I see. What are you doing here? I was looking for someone. They came 4 weeks ago and left Wednesday 3 weeks ago? Oh, okay. It sounds pretty cool. What did you end up learning from them? What? Couldn't be. This is even more mysterious. If this was kind of like Twitch, where you could click the name and then look at the profile, this would be a lot easier to figure out what's going on with cheese, but it don't work like that, man. I don't know what's going on with cheese. Imagine taking pictures when you have good food. That's exactly what I do. I take a picture first, that way I can show off and make people jealous of my good food. Why would you not take a picture? I see, thanks. I thanked her and shifted my gaze to the well. It was covered with planks, but one seems to have gone missing, revealing the well's interior through the gap. Kozue and I both peered into the darkness of the well. I tried looking for the penguin toy we talked about the other day, but couldn't find it in the end, said Kozue, her eyes not leaving the well. I got love? Bro, who do you have love with? Who's the lucky gal? Logged off YouTube? Wait, what? Autocorrect sucks? You have to be Click. Because only Click says autocorrect sucks. And only Click would say I'm tired. Those are two Click phrases. And also Click has that $7, $13 block of cheese, so I think you're Click. Okay, I take pics to tease you. Yeah, do that from now on. To taunt me, to torture my soul, as I torture every other soul before me. All I found was this. It was in a vase in our living room. She pulled something out of her pocket and held it out. I held out her hand in front of me. I think I'll buy some Jollibee this week. Filipino food, it's bussin'. Yeah, it's Filipino fast food. I've been to their one of their restaurants before. I didn't eat there. I went with my friend, he ate there. I didn't eat there, I ate at home. I heard it's pretty good, but I just don't eat fast food like that, so I was like, nah. What's your favorite thing to get there, though? When I opened my palm, she placed a small figurine of a black penguin on it. I kept wondering when the two of us ever discussed penguins. I used to hide important things in that vase when I was little. I also found a watch Grandpa gave me, some beads, and a toy ring inside it. Seeing all those nostalgic things brought back memories. When the penguin toy ran out of batteries, I took the black one out from the ice slide and played with it alone for a while. I thought it was cursed to only ever climb up the mountain and slide back down it again, but it ended up joining the games of the other toys in my room. I can't log in on my account. Feels bad, man. Why not? What did you do? Yeah, it feels homemade, man. It doesn't feel like fast food. But that's not true, though. Because that's true where you live. But in different countries and in different locations, it might not be the same. It might taste like fast food where I live. Bro, it just stopped me from writing messages for like 2 minutes. How did that happen? Glad to have you back, though, David. You'd think things ultimately turned out well for him. Perhaps. Sweet spaghetti, burger, steak, with gravy and rice, or some fired, so I'm guessing fried dark meat chicken. All of that sounds pretty good. That A meal bussin' 3-in-1. I agree with that. Now I'm cheese. Should I just call you Cheese from now on? Isn't Cheese the name of Cream's Chow in Sonic? Jesus. Can't believe you become a Chow. Are you ready, David, for tomorrow? The Nico GU 160 wishes for a Raiden Shogun stream. It didn't appear unhappy, at least. You can have it, said Kozue. Isn't it important for you, though? Oh, don't sweat it. I'm too old to be playing with things like that anyway. You'll be leaving soon, right? It can be something to remind you of this trip. Of course, you can throw it away if you don't want it. Couldn't help feeling surprised. Her giving me a present like that probably meant she didn't want me to forget her. Where's Jack? Where's Jack so we could simp this wholesome moment together? I was under the impression she wasn't all that interested in other people and preferred to stay away from this kind of relationship, but perhaps I was wrong. Thank you, I'll make sure to take good care of it. Kozue pulled her left sleeve up and looked at the watch on her exposed wrist, while I slid the penguin into the pocket of my jacket. Simp time! I'm meeting Lily's architect friend today. After spending so much time researching this mansion, I guess I ended up being interested in the person who actually built it. Oh, that's a good idea. They might not be all that welcoming of the idea, though. I wouldn't be so sure of that. It's actually pretty refreshing to have someone younger be interested in your work. Yeah, that could be true. Something about YouTube rights and laws? Wait, what? I'm confused. What? That's kind of weird. David never seen you before? Are you new or haven't been here in some time? David pops in. David pops in, says hello. I think usually David tends to, if I'm not mistaken, stay a bit longer for Genshin streams usually. Like some Genshin streams anyway. I hope that's true. Kozue stole another glance at the well, then turned toward the path she had come from. I'll be on my way now. Where is Lily waiting for you? In front of the mansion. We can go together then. There was no path in the woods beyond the well, so I joined Kozue and turned back toward the way I'd come from. I can't join. Tomorrow's school is starting. It's actually 23:57 for me. Wait, what? School tomorrow on Sunday? That's crazy. Oh, is it because... No, actually, you know what? I've never heard of that. I was going to say maybe it's university. But even in the university, I don't think I would expect school on a Sunday. It's kind of interesting. Hey, same. Where are you from if you don't mind sharing? What do you mean same? You have school tomorrow too? Tomorrow's Sunday. How are you guys having all this other stuff going on? What? Hey, same. Where are you from if you don't mind sharing? I have a David in my community called David Cow, and all he types is Opie, Opie, Opie in that order without fail and lurks. I mean, that sounds like the type of guy I need in my community. Feel free to send him my Discord link or introduce me to him or something. I joined the Weird Witch No Beta thing. What do you mean Weird Witch No Beta? This Little Witch No Beta. She's not weird, she's cute. Not like this. Oh man. I miss those. I miss those streams. No, I mean, I need to be well rested. You stream in the middle of the night? Well, tomorrow, I don't know if, yeah, this is the middle of the night for you. But tomorrow's stream is going to be much earlier. Tomorrow's stream is going to be 5 hours earlier than today's stream. Actually, no, it's going to be 6 hours earlier than today's stream's start time. It's the same, I ain't going to school, I got you. It's EU. I feel you. Tomorrow's stream is going to be, like, let's say you're in the UK. Tomorrow's stream should be around 4 p.m. I don't see streams too late. My guy. But you said it's like midnight for you now, so tomorrow's stream will be around 5 p.m. for you. Yep. He streams too late. You know, Click, you say that, but you always come to the streams at this time. And I did a lot of streams that were earlier last week during the Christmas break. So, you know, I don't know. I think you guys just don't appreciate all the early streams that I gave you last week. You guys had all that opportunity to be there for those early streams. And let's face it, I work 11 hours a day, so how do you expect earlier streams when I'm working? You're not in the UK, that's all I know. And me, we have Friday and Saturday as holidays, so we have school on Sunday. Really? Huh. Well, that's interesting. This shit late as F, it's 2 a.m. Well, tomorrow's stream is gonna be earlier. Can't believe I'm getting all this rage and anarchy, okay? Maybe we could make these streams earlier too. I don't know. Yeah, not really. We can't because it's a Saturday. People got things to do. It's to cure my depression. Dang. Not saying exactly where, but it's around Germany, France, etc. Yeah, I figured that. I have a friend who's in your time zone, and he's in Lithuania. So, I figured it'd be somewhere within that range. Okay, didn't think they had the same time zone as Norway. Maybe it is Norway. Could be Lithuania, could be Norway. Are you looking for something? As I began looking around, an eye suddenly appeared from beyond the open front doors. I'm looking for Narasaki. Who? You haven't seen her? You're the first person I've met today. Wait, what? I see. I heard the grandfather clock in the lobby strike the hour. If you're not in a hurry, how about we have lunch together? I looked up at the sky. There were no clouds, only some dry, warm sunlight. Okay. Even though it's Saturday, I had to work today? Ah. Wait, what do you do for a living, David? If you don't mind us asking. I'm hitting the hay. It's too late. I wanted to talk to you and catch up. Been a minute. Take care, homie. See you tomorrow. Arigato for catching up, 99. Looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. It's gonna be hype. No, not Norway. It's okay. You don't have to tell us where. That's fine. And not, if you don't feel comfortable telling us, don't worry about it. And I looked out the window as we enjoyed our post-meal coffee. There's not a single cloud in the sky today. It looks like a sunburn waiting to happen. I've heard the sun is more potent in the mountains. Is that true? Ultraviolet rays apparently get stronger here because the atmosphere is thinner, but don't worry, I come well prepared. Look. Nanai rolled up her sleeve and showed me her white forearm. I've got some homemade sunscreen. Want to try it? Thanks. But I brought my own, so I'm okay. If you say so. Nanai shifted her position, lowering her arms. I turned to the window to see her combing her front hair in the reflection. I wonder what the weather is going to be tomorrow. I was thinking of going hiking. That's nice. Should be clear weather tomorrow. Do you want to come? I do, but I'm not sure if I could make it. Nanai hid her hands behind her back and made a deeply sad face. She explained that she had to participate in a local inn proprietary meeting tomorrow from the early morning. Still in school, but I make money in free time with newspapers. Still in school? What are you studying in school? But don't worry about confirming. You'd basically run it down to 5 options. I mean, he doesn't have to indulge you, Cheese. Gotta call you Cheese now, that way everybody knows who I'm talking to. Look at what you've done to yourself, Click. You've become Cheese. Not like this. Is that why you were looking for this Narasaki person? I nodded. Yes, she's an old friend. Can you tell me what she looks like? I'll tell her about your plans if I see her. Well, she's a tall woman with red hair. Her mannerisms and speech might come off as a bit masculine, I guess. Alright guys, I'm gonna give you a fair warning. I will be yawning a lot, specifically because I only got 5 hours of sleep last night. I was up for a long time in a video call with my IRL friend. And then I woke up early because the sun was up, and once the sun comes up, it's hard to keep sleeping. I kind of wake up with the sun. So, yeah. Got 5 hours of sleep, so I'm going to be kind of drowsy over here, so don't mind me. 9th grade? Okay. And you, like, deliver the newspapers then? That sounds cool. One of our other friends, XYZ, he's in... I feel like he's in 11th or 12th grade, but I'm not sure. He's working as well. I feel like one of my other viewers who's young said they were working. You guys are really hustling. Back when I was in high school, I kinda worked one summer. It was like a summer job. But it was like mostly volunteer job. They gave us a little bit of money, but it was mostly volunteer work. So yeah, you guys are real hustlers. That's crazy. I respect it. I'm Click forever. 5 hours, you lucky as F. You got 5, I managed 0. Okay, but here's the thing. I really like getting my full 8 hours. So even if I'm like an hour under at like 7 hours, it messes with me. So 5 hours is just not good. Might be good for some other people, but for me, it's just not good. That was me in a gas station. Yeah, Click also works. And he's like probably roughly the same age. Yeah, I delivered him and I managed to win a prize. Ooh, what's the prize? Yo, Nico, what's going on, Trophies? How you doing, brother? Trophies, are you ready for tomorrow? Why did I call you Trophies? I mean, that's fine too, but... Lord, are you ready for tomorrow? Are you ready to watch these riot-in rolls? Alright, hold on. Give me a minute, guys. Let me do something over here in the background. I promise I'm not being sus. I promise. Beat delivery boy, best delivery boy in the country? Dang. So you're going for the records? What are some games that you like to play? So you came for the No Beta streams, which is pretty cool. Click came for my Ender Lily streams. So I'm glad that those games that feel kinda... Well, I know Little Witch No Beta for sure is indie. I think Ender Lilies is kinda indie too, but it just blew up. So I'm glad those games are getting attention in my streams, because I want all of these games that I'm playing, C-Beta as well, to just get some viewership and maybe some more potential fans and all that. Do you think we don't, but we just sleep? Okay, good. I was about to say, what the F, don't beat a delivery boy. Yeah, don't beat the delivery boy. If you see her, tell her I was looking for her. I'll do that. Are you sure you don't know her? Nico, have you played Nier Automata? I feel like you asked me this before. But the answer is, I have the Platinum Trophy in Nier Automata. And I also played the original Nier on PlayStation 3. I beat that as well. And I purchased the Nier Replicant. I haven't played it yet. I'm not really in a rush to play it since it's the same plot as the Nier that I played on PS3, just with a slight difference in character relations, as you might know. But yeah, I've played all the Nier games. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there were games that are prequels to Nier called Drakengard. So there's Drakengard 1, Drakengard 2, Drakengard 3. They're on PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3. I've played those games as well. I beat Drakengard 3, which was on PS3. That's like the first part of the series. After Drakengard 3, you have Drakengard 1, which was on PlayStation 2. I didn't beat that one, but I played it a bit. Drakengard 2 is the next one in the series. Then you get to Nier, and then you get to Nier Automata. That's like the chronology. But yeah, I've messed with the whole Yoko Taro series. I'm a big fan. I just play FPS games and Minecraft. Which FPS games? I used to play a lot of Overwatch on PS4 and PC. Quite a bit of Call of Duty. Like, those are my favorite ones. I have Titanfall 2, but I haven't played it much. You decided to play random gacha games and grind the living hell out of them? Wait, which gacha games do you play? Do you play Genshin? And if not, when are you going to start playing Genshin? You gotta play Genshin. Come on. My god, can't type today. It's okay. We know what you're saying. I'm a teacher, and I've taught kindergarten in the past, so don't worry. I can figure out what people are writing. If I can figure out what a kindergartner is writing, I can figure out what a chat viewer is writing. Easy peasy. Are you sure you don't know her? She was staying here. We're closed right now. I thought I had already told you. That's right, you did. The cafeteria door suddenly opened. I'm sorry, did I intrude? Lily stood in the entrance. Not really. Nana, could you come over for a spell? I'm sorry, I've gotta go. Okay. Just leave the plates here. Okay. My brother forced me to play Genshin and got bored. Sorry. Oh, not like this. Okay. So then, what are your favorite, like maybe 3 favorite gacha games then? Yeah, Genshin, I want more friends. Yeah, he gave up on Genshin, Click. We lost him. We lost him before the battle even began. Nanai apologized to me and stood up. Sorry for interrupting you in the middle of conversation. That's okay, but I thought we agreed you wouldn't call me Nana in front of people. We did? I could hear a bit of their conversation beyond the door. I finished my cold coffee and brought the cup to the kitchen along with Nanai's. I stood there for a few moments when I suddenly heard a ringing sound. I walked toward its source. What? It's so much gambling in it. It's so fun. We need a Noelle skin. Best girl of Mondstadt. I got you, bro. I got you right now. I'll post up Noelle in the Discord. It'll be a repost, but I got you. Let's do this. Go to the waifu channel, Lord. Let's do this. Any other waifu connoisseurs, go to the waifu channel right now. We're about to do this, okay? We're about to do this. These reposts. Oh yeah, there you go. Jean, best girl. Where is this coming from? I left the cafeteria and continued to the lobby. The big, black, and somewhat antique-looking telephone on the counter was ringing. Genshin Juat partially reminds me of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I got the PTSD of agony kicking in while playing it. Wait, what's agonizing about Breath of the Wild? Breath of the Wild is so good. It's like relaxing. It's addicting. It's fun. The exploration is phenomenal. Bro. Just keep playing Genshin. Give it another go. You could do this. I looked out at the sea beyond the window. The rays of the sun painted the interior of the train car in orange. Clank, clank. The train car rocked back and forth as it traveled along the rails. Jean is okay. He said, Mondstadt's best girl. My guy. My guy. I mean, you know, in these 2 fan arts that I showed you, she is really hot. I wish that there were more fan arts of Noelle that looked like that. I opened my eyes and looked around. A row of seats lined each wall of the car. An old woman and a girl, likely her grandchild, sat further away from me on the same long seat. The child was kneeling on the seat looking out the window. The old woman looked at the same scenery from the corner of her eye. Her thin hand, resting on her knees, had a golden watch on its wrist. In front of me sat a middle-aged man in a suit, reading a black notebook. A little bit further away, a high school girl in her uniform had nodded off. No, when you try to speedrun and SHIT, learn glitches like wind bombing and that was it. Dang. You gotta teach me these glitches, my guy. It's good. I heard brief fragments of the conversation. Alright guys, my model might die because I'm like shifting positions to lay down a bit and be more comfortable. You've chosen the right woman. She's smart and works hard. The other man nodded. I'll admit, her being a beaut played a role when I chose her, but I was mostly attracted to her smarts. I still sometimes feel like a child around her. The other man nodded again. Wind bombing is easy to learn. I'm not sure I'm familiar with this. I gotta learn more about it. Well, the most important thing is that you're happy. The well-built clerk that had his sleeves rolled up emphasized the word happy. I probably just have a burnout for that type of gameplay and movement stuff. Maybe. I mean, how many other games have you played like it, though? Because if you've only played Breath of the Wild, I don't think you should be burnt out. Kind of surprised that you're burnt out, because I really like games like that. Because when you're talking open world, you also got like Horizon Zero Dawn. That's pretty open world, and that game is phenomenal. You got Ghost of Tsushima is kind of, I guess, more open zone instead of open world. But that game is also really good. The Pokemon games are open zone and open world now. Haven't played them, but people seem to like them. Sonic Frontiers is apparently open world. Haven't played that yet, but I heard it got good reviews. I don't know, open world games are just fun, for me at least. We can certainly agree on that point. Wind bombing is easy but extremely good to have. Oh yeah, Nico, best girl 2023 is Delta from Eminence in Shadow. Alright, I'll look this up, hold up. First of all, it's too early to even say who a best girl of 2023 is. We've only had 1 week of 2023. Where is this coming from? Alright, she's got cat ears. I'm not convinced, only because it's too early to say. I'm not convinced, my guy. 2023 started like yesterday, come on. We can't be picking them this early. We just can't. I really like the movements of Source 1.6, Left 4 Dead, etc. I haven't played those. I know Left 4 Dead's pretty popular. Source 1.6, I haven't really heard of. There was an advertisement above them showcasing a hot springs establishment. The words once in a lifetime prices were floating above the stream-covered scenery of Beppu Bay. So what makes the movements in those games sorta unique or engaging to you? What's kind of the difference? S-tier design? I don't think she has S-tier design. I feel she kind of looks, you know, she's got black hair, which a lot of anime girls have black hair. She's got cat girl ears. Cat girl ears, you know, is becoming more normal nowadays. She's got big opie. A lot of anime girls have big opie. I feel like they took like the mainstream things that people like and, you know, she's definitely an attractive character, but she feels kind of mainstream to me personally. It just sends you a fast direction. Bopping, Lord, post on Discord. Yeah, post the best pic you could find of her on Discord to persuade me otherwise. Put up your fighting dukes and defend yourself. An electronic voice burst out from the speakers announcing the next stop. Soon after, the train began to slow down with a metallic shrill. Not more, not less. I can stream it on DC tomorrow. Alright, that sounds interesting. Her hair had been let down on one side, and she held a book with the words "How to Live" printed on it. She sat down in the seat diagonally from me and opened up the book to read. The middle-aged man in a suit left the car at the next station. You know what? Now that we're talking about tomorrow, I think after I'm done streaming tomorrow, I'm gonna walk to the Albanian restaurant and get some burek, aka byrek, because tomorrow is byrek fresh day. After 2 more stops, I was the only one left in the car. The electronic voice announced that the next stop would be the last. I stood up and got out of the train car. I stepped onto the stone platform. It smelled like dry leaves. Cool, humid sea breeze blew up the mountain slope. I heard the rustling of the grass. The station was deserted, so I walked around for a bit. I managed to make out the name of the station from the rusted, ancient-looking iron plate, but whatever was written on the backrest of the faded plastic bench, which probably used to be blue, was completely illegible. There was no one at the wooden ticket gate either. Left 4 Dead 2? Sounds good, sounds good. If it's during the time that I'm not streaming tomorrow and I'm awake, I'll check it out. I'm sorry, could I borrow a phone? I received no reply. The area behind the ticket window was completely empty. Hold on, guys. I'm taking some notes. Gotta take some notes on things that I need to do when I'm done streaming later. I'll post now. She's cute. Nico has trash takes. I didn't say she's not cute. She's attractive, but come on, she's pretty mainstream in design. Nothing stands out. There's not really a sense of uniqueness. But she's attractive. I'd give her, me personally, I think around an 8 or an 8.5 out of 10. But I wouldn't give her like the full 10 out of 10. By the way, the gacha games are Nikki. Oh! Wait, Nikki. Hold on, I think I've heard of this before. Actually, I haven't played it, but so we're talking Goddess of Victory, Nikki? Yeah, I think you might have mentioned that recently. I know somebody mentioned this recently. What's the other ones? Let me see. Nikki, Blue Archive, Genshin, and so on. Blue Archive, I also remember hearing about. People were telling me about it a lot. I think I saw one of my friends stream some of it. I haven't played that one myself, but I'm familiar with the name. Yesterday I tried Azure Lane. I think you saw a little bit of that. You popped in and said hello. It didn't go so well for me. There was a lot more talking than there was combat. I needed a bit more combat than what they were giving me, but I gave it a shot at least. Sorry I was AFK without updating y'all, but I'm back. Yo, you switching to Genshin after this? No Genshin tonight, nope. Whenever we do Seabed, we only do Seabed. Most of the time, whenever we do one game, we only do one game. The only reason I switched yesterday was because Azure Lane was just not satisfying. But for the most part, when we do a game, we just do that game. I passed the gate and walked to the Ivory public telephone I spotted further away. Delta is winning so far. Also, Arknights. Arknights, another popular one that I think I saw a friend stream, but I haven't played myself. Oh, okay. Don't worry, Coconut. Tomorrow, we got the Raiden Shogun wishes. In literally 17 hours from now, pretty much. 17 hours away, Raiden Shogun wishes. You could hear the long blades of grass rustling in the wind outside. I checked the clock on the wall, then picked up the receiver, stuck a coin into the coin slot, and turned the dial a few times. After a few beeps, someone picked up the phone on the other end. I thought about trying Azure Lane, but I didn't find time for it. You know what we gotta play? You and I, David, we gotta play Fate Go. That's where the real waifus are at. Hello, Narasaki? Where are you right now? I'm at the station. The station? What about your car? It's close by. I wanted to take a little detour. Sachiko's voice came a bit too loud from the receiver. I scratched my ear. I see. Coming by car was a bad idea after all. Driving through mountain roads can completely wreck your hips. When did you leave? You didn't say a word, so I was worried. I left early in the morning. I didn't want to needlessly wake you, which is why I'm calling now. I wouldn't have minded. Being a little ceremonious like that only makes it harder to say goodbye. If you say so, but just so you know, I spent the entire day looking for you. Oh, I'm sorry about that. But why? I didn't see you anywhere, so I got worried. Might sound weird, but I almost felt like you vanished into thin air or something. I let out a laugh, imagining her indignant face on the other end of the line. I asked Nanai about you, and she said she never met you. I was worried that maybe there was something wrong happening with me again, and didn't pursue the conversation, but... You were staying at the mansion, right? Did you check in with Lily or something? That's right. If you don't believe me, you can ask her yourself. No, it's okay. Oh yeah, there was one thing I wanted to tell you. What? You might start forgetting things a lot for a while now. Is that related to my symptoms? Yeah. You can say it's a side effect of you getting better. It won't last for long though, so don't be worried. Just keep on doing what you always have, and you'll soon forget what's even bothering you. Sachiko made a pause, as though contemplating what I'd said. I waited for her to reply. Okay, I understand, she replied. When did you say you were coming back to Tokyo? You know what? I got a theory. I got a theory, Jack. Since apparently Nanai doesn't know that Narasaki exists, and since we know that Narasaki was the name of the doll when they were kids, my theory is that Narasaki is a figment of Sachiko's imagination. That she sort of personified, humanized to help her deal with the missing Takako situation. So maybe this Narasaki... Yeah, because she said she hadn't seen Narasaki for years too, right? And then they recently like just sort of met again. So I feel like Narasaki was originally just the doll. And then the minute Takako went missing and she needed like a pillar of support, Narasaki came back into her life as a human, as like a person. And she sort of imagined this history with Narasaki to help her cope with the loss of Takako. And now that she's getting better mentally, she'll reunite with Takako and then forget Narasaki because Narasaki was never real to begin with. That's my theory. So Takako was real all along. Narasaki is the one that's imagination. I'm not trying to find waifus, I'm just being efficient. David, stop. Come on. David. David, you're in high school, my guy. It's time that you realize there's nothing more important than waifus in life. Nothing more important. Your mind trying to make fake figures to deal with stress? Yeah, I think that could happen. I think that sounds like a possibility. When did you say you were coming back to Tokyo? In 2 days. I'll be leaving at noon. I switched the receiver to my other hand and leaned against the wall. The sound of rustling grass reached me from outside the station. I'll drop by your clinic when I get back. Your symptoms will have probably passed by then. Talking to you seems to help me calm down. See, this is part of the key. Text evidence. You know, I'm a teacher. This is text evidence right here. Look. This is why she's imagining Narasaki as a person, because it helps her calm down. This is her coping mechanism. Whenever you're free is fine by me. When do you think our next meeting could be? The next one, huh? There's something I want to look up when I get back, so it depends on that, I guess. Look something up? As Sachiko contemplated what I could have meant, the phone let out a clicking sound, letting me know that one of my coins had just been swallowed. I'm running out of coins. Couldn't you get more somewhere around there? You know what I just realized though, Jack? That I also have to consider what happened in the last stream where Narasaki was talking to the aunt lady, Lily I think her name is, and Lily had like all that intuition skill basically, and Lily was like, you're kind of like these people who disappear or end their lives or whatever, but you're different. And then she made it sound like, and even Narasaki made it sound like she was something different from the average person, to say the least. So the fact that Lily was able to have a whole conversation with her and be aware of her existence kind of points to her being more, I guess, of a real person? But then not necessarily a normal person. It's kind of weird. These people usually go effing crazy. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. There's literally a sanatorium, a place for people who need to chill to regain their sanity. Anyway, I doubt it's gonna take that long, so I'll call you back tomorrow. This same black phone? Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll call the same number I'm calling now. Let's see, you can wait for my call at around 5 o'clock in the evening. 5 o'clock, same phone? Gotcha. Good. But if I somehow end up not calling until it gets dark, that means something urgent came up, so you shouldn't waste too much time waiting. Okay, thank you for everything. Don't worry about it. We're old friends, aren't we? Yeah, see you around then. Bye. Her voice grew a bit more distant, and as I heard her put her receiver down, I did the same with mine. And with that, my last coin was swallowed up. No click, they're not new. Wait, you're telling me that this is happening in or near such a place? Chapter 7, Labyrinth. Wait, what do you mean in or near such a place? What do you mean by such a place specifically? Oh, you mean in or near a sanatorium? Yeah, so part of the story, like where we are now, Takako, her story takes place in the sanatorium. So in the place where people need to chill. And then Sachiko's story, we learned the last Saturday, takes place near the sanatorium. So there's like this island, and she's on the same... I imagine it as an island. I'm not 100% sure if it's an island. But there's this setting, maybe an island, maybe a regional setting. And they're kind of like nearby, but then there's this weird tunnel that kind of separates them. And if you stay in the tunnel too long, you start to separate from reality, or your memories get all replaced with like fake memories, I guess. It's complicated, my guy. It's very complicated. But we're going to figure out more as these next few chapters unfold. There was a date at the top of the page I opened up the diary to. Before reading the entry, I flipped a few pages forward. The text ended after 2 pages. All I could see were the empty ruled lines, no matter how far I went. I returned to the page with the date. There were no other dates on the following 2 pages, which made this the final entry. November 3rd, 1975. We were playing in the park behind Sakako's apartment when she found the carcass of a turtle. She said it was a turtle that used to be hers. She got it during one of the town fairs and kept it in a big styrofoam box. I did recall there being a box like that on her balcony. November 3rd, 1975. I did recall there being a box in the it stood silently tilted to the sides to create different areas, one with water, another with sand. The area with water was covered in green moss, and I occasionally spotted a goldfish swimming there too. Apparently the turtle used to live there as well, but kept escaping the box all the time, although it always returned to it in the end. However, it had been 6 months since its last disappearance, and Takako seemed to have forgotten all about it until now. What about one of them just went nuts in their head or something, and we just get to see what's going on in her head? I mean, kind of feel like that's what's happening with Sachiko, which is the black-haired girl on the right, who was narrating the last chapter a bit. So we kind of get to see a little of what's in her head, like the things that she's imagining that other people can't see. With Takako, I don't think we see as much inside her head, but we definitely do see her sort of having to cope with challenges and health obstacles. We dug a hole under the slide and buried the withered carcass in it using an ice cream stick as a grave marker. As we had no name to write on the stick, we simply went with Green Turtle. The discovery of the carcass left Takako heartbroken for a while, but she managed to cheer up eventually and we played hide and seek together. Talk about nostalgic. Voicing the feelings I'd always felt when reading this thing, I continued to the last page. Only the two of us could have known what happened that day. As such, only Sachiko or someone Sachiko had entrusted with this information could have written this diary. Takako was very good at hide and seek, so I could never find her, and whenever I gave up and started talking about going home, she would always sneak up behind me for a quick scare. I'm leaving. I said that in the middle of the park in a loud voice, but nothing happened. Even after checking the tall grass where I expected her to be hiding, I couldn't see any trace of her. I glanced up at the orange sky, genuinely considering just leaving, but decided to look for her for a bit longer. I climbed all the stairways of our apartment building. I checked all the booths in the public toilet of the park. I looked for her in the empty warehouse on the other side of the street. Most of the areas were locked, but I found a few doors that were open, so I had a peek. It was dark and smelled like dust inside. The entrance of the 7th warehouse container was open too. Takako was hiding in there. That was the same area where Takako fell when we were playing tag on the roof of the warehouse. I had the landlord who worked at the nearby okonomiyaki restaurant unlock the door and let Takako out. It wasn't used for anything, so we did get scolded, but otherwise got off relatively easy. Takako was crouching in the corner of the room, with the orange light falling from the hole in the ceiling, illuminating her vague silhouette. Found you, let's go home. Yet, she still remained crouched. When I walked closer, I found her moaning and talking to herself. As I touched her shoulder, she let out a loud scream. The timbre of her voice was so odd, I initially couldn't even make out her words, but then realized she was asking me not to make a sound. I figured I'd ask her if she wanted me to call her parents, but changed my mind. I stooped down in front of her, careful not to make a sound. Takako was sitting on the ground hugging her knees. Her eyes were narrowly open, but had been fixed on nothing. Her mouth trembled as she kept mumbling something. I reached out and covered her ears. I could feel her face flushing through my palms. As we sat like that for a while, her shaking began to gradually subside. She breathed heavily for a while, but that too eventually stopped. My hands were growing numb, but when I slightly moved them, she abruptly spoke up. Did you say something? I asked her in a low voice. She didn't scream this time and seemed relatively calm. You want me to call someone? Don't go anywhere. I can still hear it, she said in her normal voice. Can you stay until it passes? Sure, I answered. I finished the diary and laid down on the bed, facing the ceiling. That's right, I knew it. Mayuko did the exact same thing Sachiko did when my ears started ringing. Maybe she was actually Sachiko. That vague idea had been in the back of my mind for a while now. If she was the one who wrote that diary, then it made perfect sense that the parcel that came with it had no return address.
Well, why would she do that? Why was this happening? No matter how hard I thought about it, I couldn't come up with an answer. I felt like I'd been forgetting something important, or perhaps it was just my memory devouring illness acting up again. A headache assaulted me when I tried to focus on that corner of my mind. You know, guys, I gotta be real. I'm heavily craving cake. And I'm sad that I don't have cake. What can I do? I can make cocoa if I want something sweet. I think that's all I have, cocoa. Because I have chips. That's salty, though. I don't really have any cakes or cookies. Or any sweet snack that I can munch on. I shook my head and absentmindedly looked around the room. I remembered what I saw in Kozoi's room. That was definitely Sachiko in that dark, cave-like place. I only saw her from behind, but I would recognize her anywhere. But she had long hair, while Maiko's was relatively short. Unfortunate? Yeah, you know how it is, Click. You've been to enough streams, so I think you know that around this time I start getting that sweet tooth, you know what I mean? I want a little snack. We don't got... I mean, I had the chocolate eclair earlier, you know, it was really good. But you know, even though it's called a chocolate eclair, right? It's mostly custard. It's not really a chocolate dessert. It just has that thin layer of chocolate icing. So now I really want something that's like really chocolatey. You know what I mean? That's the problem. I get these like... I have like a chocolate addiction, let's be honest. I get these chocolate urges every day around the same time. Start scratching my neck if I don't get it. Which meant they were two different people after all. The more I thought about it, the more confused I got. What about bread and honey? See, that's the problem. I was a little bit sick recently, so I ended up using all of my honey. Yeah, I don't think I have any honey left. I have to go buy more honey tomorrow. What I should do is I should take a minute and write a reminder in my phone to get the honey tomorrow, because I will totally forget. So let's make a post-it note in my phone. Sunday shopping. Obviously, we're gonna need some like ham, turkey, things like that. Bananas. Yogurts. Honey. And some chocolate. And then I don't know what else. If you guys want to give me more things for the grocery list, you let me know. More suggestions. Mix powdered sugar and water. Make some glazed stuff. We're just gonna eat like the glaze like that. I don't know. I close my eyes. I could probably make like cinnamon donuts. I probably have the ingredients for that. But I need something now, you know what I mean? Like I'm too tired to make something. I need like a quick satisfaction. Instant pleasure. That's the best way to put it. I need instant pleasure. Close my eyes and try remembering Sachiko's face in that darkness. But the area around her eyes remained dark, so I couldn't visualize her well. What's your favorite desserts, David? Like some of your 3 favorite desserts, let's say. At this point, I felt like it might have been a hallucination that my mind had created in response to my wish to see her again. I opened my eyes, picked up the notebook, and looked at the trace left by the pages having been torn out. It didn't particularly stand out, but it wasn't insignificant either. Got curious about what they contained, even more so than before. Maybe they could have helped me discover who wrote the notebook. There were too many things at this sanatorium I couldn't understand. My illness, Sachiko, the phenomenon in that dark room. I hoped the notebook would provide some answers, but all it did was leave me with more questions. Eat sugar raw. I slept. I'm back tomorrow. You mean I sleep? You're going to sleep? Sleep well, Click. Looking forward to having you tomorrow for the Raiden Shogun rolls. I gave up on thinking and shoved all these thoughts into a mental drawer. I began flipping through the notebook's pages again, looking at the dates. Some I had forgotten, while others were completely unfamiliar to me. But the moment I saw them, they'd reappear in my mind as a memory, as though that was where they were supposed to be all along. As I traced my fingers along the letters of the text, I felt an odd kind of warmth travel from my fingertips all the way to my head. It was a pleasant feeling, all in all. The warmth made my eyes shed hot tears. After I calmed down a bit and sat up, I felt pain in my shoulders. They must have gotten stiff after staying in the same position for too long. I climbed out of bed and stretched my limbs. Then I left the room and took a stroll around the sanatorium. The orange rays of the evening sun illuminated the corridor. Good afternoon, Takako. I turned around to see Mayuko behind me. What were you doing today? You haven't asked me to do anything, so I was reading the diary in my room. Mayuko's eyes shifted to the notebook in my hand. I see. I feel like reading that thing is all you've been doing lately. Oh, I actually finished it just earlier. Mayuko's gaze returned to me. I feel the warmth of the orange-tinted sunlight on my skin. Did you find anything out, Mayuko asked? It helped me remember a lot of things. I feel like I have a better understanding of what kind of person I am. If I was to liken my mind to my body, I felt as though missing a limb had just been reattached, letting me move more freely. No, I'm back. I fell asleep. Might happen again. Welcome back, Click. Ice cream, jelly stuff, I don't know the English word for it, and chocolate. Jelly stuff, jello? Maybe jello. On the other hand, the limbs that were still missing stood out all the more. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? And now I feel lonelier than before. In what way exactly? Alright guys, we're gonna take a break. Because I'm going to make hot cocoa. I need this. I need some chocolate. Might even wake me up a little bit. Who knows? Everybody else could also get some snack. Get some bev. Go get something in the meantime. I'll put up a BRB message. In case somebody just pops in and starts screaming, GU! Where are you, buddy? And I'm just not here. Feels bad, man. I'm trying to move my be right back message and it's not moving. I guess we gotta leave it where it is, huh? Why OBS gotta be sus like this sometimes? David, you know about dime? I have a room full of wheats. Wait, what's dime? Isn't dime like 100 kroners? The milk is heating up. I use milk for my hot cocoa. Well, some people use water, but... And, you know, water's fine. I don't mind water, hot cocoa either, but milk is the best. Oh, he's talking about that chocolate. Best in ice cream or cake? Wait, I should have done some in that room. Can you believe they don't have it in America? I'm eating a burrito, very classic. Bruh. Nah, you don't believe it or not, you don't have some. Nope, it's gone. I wanted to go to Subway, but my parents were both sleeping, so I couldn't ask. What did you want to get at Subway? And now I feel lonelier than before. In what way exactly? Showered by the light, Mayako made a faint smile. For example, you remember the look of the room you stayed at during the school trip? But not the lobby of the hotel, right? You tend to forget things that don't matter much, and even the fun memories are not necessarily replicated fully in your head. When you try to remember some of the details, you find that you simply can't. Well, that's the kind of loneliness I feel now. Mayako seemed like she had trouble following what I was going on about, but let out a thoughtful moan to indicate she was paying attention. Perhaps you can't understand that feeling until you become an adult. I'm more of an adult than you. Aren't you simply going through a sentimental episode? Maybe. But I still feel that this kind of feeling gets stronger as you grow older. I see. That's possible. Maiko's eyes wandered back to the notebook in my hands. I'd love to read that too. Would it be okay for me to borrow it? I held up the notebook. I looked at Maiko's face, then at the notebook, then back at Mayako. You can have it if you want. But aren't you normally busy with getting dinner ready around this time? That's right. In that case, I'll leave it on one of the shelves in the night duty room. Alright. Thank you. I nodded. See you later then. Mayako continued to the kitchen. In the end, I couldn't ask her about the diary. Mayako said she'd never seen it before, so she really was the one who wrote it. There had to be a huge and very serious reason as to why she'd go through so much trouble to cover her tracks. You left the overlay on? That's fine, because eventually I have to walk away again to go get the milk, like pretty much in 2 seconds or so. Can't leave it heating on the stove forever. And then when I'm really finished, I'll turn it off. I wanted to go to Subway. Okay, I read that. I wanted to go to sleep, but my mom was asleep, so I can't ask. Bro, my device decided to change routers and it killed my Wi-Fi for a good minute. Good to have you back. I'm gonna step away again, take that milk off the stove. BRB, guys. What's going on, Floof? How you doing, buddy? Also, thank you to everyone who's liked the stream. I see our numbers are going up even further. Much appreciated. Where you been lately? Well, you know, Floof is tackling some health stuff. Another college as well. A whole bunch of different life
challenges, so I'm sure he's been busy. I walked down the moonlit corridor, looking at the dim red glow of the emergency lights. I could hear the metal plate strike the wooden pole outside. Light escaped through the gaps of Sanai's door. I gave it a light knock and received a quiet response. Stepping inside, I saw Sanai reading a book in the table lamp's light. Not going to sleep yet? I wasn't feeling sleepy, so I decided to read. What about you? Same here, except I was out taking a walk. As I sat down in the cane chair by her bed, I heard a weird high-pitched sound from outside that reminded me of a flute. Medical health and work, a lot of stuff. Oh, work too. What are you doing for work, Floof? Been hearing this a lot in my room lately. Do you think it's a bird? It's Nue. Nue? It's a small bird, also known as the scaly thrush. I made a gesture to show its rough size with my palm. They sound like a whistle. It's kind of creepy, but it instantly becomes better when you realize it's a cute bird, no? I suppose so, Sanai smiled. Aren't you scared to take a walk alone at night, she added. Nah, it's more exciting than doing it during the day. I imagine you've walked past everyone's rooms. Maybe. Bet the ghost stories we have here all originate from you. Not at all. What do you mean? Sanai knitted her brows. I'm hungry. There's yesterday's jelly in the refrigerator. Can I have it? I opened the small fridge by my feet, finding a single plastic package of tangerine jelly on the top shelf. Go ahead. Thanks. I peeled off the seal with the picture of a tangerine on it, took the little wooden spoon from the package, and began eating the orange jelly. It was cool and had the sweet, sour taste characteristic of citrus fruits. You want some? If I eat this stuff at night, it will only make my stomach feel all cold. I put a spoonful of jelly in my mouth. Let's put on some music. Training newbies? Wait, for what job? Cancer cells are pretty much wiped out. That is good news. I actually have an IRL friend who... he developed or was developing some type of cancer like around the start of the pandemic. I forgot which type, but he also got like chemotherapy. He started getting treatments and he got better. So I'm glad that he's better, and I'm glad that you're getting better as well, Floof. I had a feeling there was hope, and I'm glad things are looking positive. Maiko won't like it. You think she'd run all the way to your room with complaints? Now that I think about it, we don't have a single TV in this place. Yeah, now that you mention it, not like it's something I'd use. Aren't you worried we might be missing some vital news or something? What kind, for example? I looked at the ceiling and cocked my head, like a giant monster approaching our town or something. Sanai chuckled. What kind of monster? A humanoid, 15-meter tall anteater that uses its snout to suck people straight into its belly through the windows of their houses. I made the shadow of an anteater with my fingers in the dim light. Now I'm going to be too afraid to go to sleep. We might be in severe danger if we missed an announcement on TV telling us to keep the lights off and not make a sound. Sanai glanced at the window. These kinds of things always just appear in front of the window without warning. Then you've got to run and barricade yourself in the bathroom. Trapping yourself in a confined space in horror movies is basically suicide. I don't think I've ever seen anyone survive that. The moment the chair begins praying, you know they're dead. I mean, the moment the character begins praying, why would a chair pray? And Jack is probably like, dang, bro. GU rewriting the script. GU rewriting the laws of nature, actually. There was this one movie with worms that traumatized me. The one where they traveled through pipes. That's the one. They said the same about my GPA, I know. Wait, what? I overworked myself actually once. Wait, what happened when you overworked yourself, David? I'm having to train them before they go to the field and do missions. Sounds accurate. There was another movie where they had a sudden close-up of a freaky alien's face out of nowhere. I almost got a heart attack. That's the one about the alien that can split into particles and reform, right? But it ended up bringing me here. Wait, what? You overworked yourself? And that's part of the reason that you arrived in the No Better streams? Oh, back problems?
Oh, I was having some back issues myself for like a little bit over a year. A lot of it seemed to be related to bad posture because during the pandemic, I was working from home, so I was on the computer a lot. And then I was doing live streams during my free time, so I was basically on the computer all day, and my computer posture was bad. But physical therapy helped me. I don't know. Yours might have been on the delivery job, maybe, it sounds like. You got it out of context? Oh. Tell me more then. Hot girls here, finally! Liven up this sausage fest, please. Oh yeah, now's the time, baby. Is there anything else that scared you? Who said where? Ahem. T-Rexes. We pretty much said that at the same time. I get why he decided to take shelter in there, but why did he just keep sitting without doing anything? I guess the writers figured it'd be more fun that way. I suppose so. Back problems of the overwork, and I ended up here because my grandpa died of cancer. Oh. So the back problems bit I understood. If you're ever able to get physical therapy, I recommend it. They teach you a lot of back stretches that could help strengthen your spine or solve whatever problem you need, really. I'm sorry to hear about the loss of your grandpa. I hope that being here has been able to help in some way, since that's what led you here. Hope you've got some peace of mind, some relaxation, and some enjoyment out of these streams. Hello, Mr. Brother. German? Hey, Floof. What's going on, Danny? Danny, tomorrow morning, I'm rolling for Raiden Shogun live on YouTube. I forget if you're in Americas, but it might be in the morning for you. If you're not in Americas, it might be in the afternoon, but I think you're in Americas. My grandma died of cancer some days ago. I feel like ever since the pandemic started, I've been hearing about cancer a lot more often. I don't know if that's the same trend in your experiences, like for all of you, but for me personally, once the pandemic started, I started hearing about cancer more. Like before the pandemic, I felt like cancer was rare, and now I just feel like it's all over the place, which is kind of weird. My mother is experienced in it. She has some major problems, so she knows the types of training and stretches. Oh, okay, cool. She can help you out. Whoa, that's so nice. I lost the 50-50 to Tainari. Oh, dang. I mean, I heard Tainari's really good, so how do you feel about him? Are you kind of somewhat satisfied with him at least? Also, how has your week been, Danny? My week was crazy as usual, as any work week would be. But today was a lot of fun. I had Japanese food that I posted in my Discord. I tried shrimp tempura. And I also tried yakitori, which is sort of like grilled chicken skewers with like a really good sauce. And I had my miso soup, and that was like a phenomenal Japanese meal. And then I had a chocolate eclair from a bakery that was across the street from the Japanese restaurant. And the chocolate eclair was a 20 out of 10, so I'm having a good weekend. Saturday's going to be a 20 out of 10, I think. And tomorrow, you know, depending on whether or not I get right in Shogun, we'll see how good a day tomorrow is. But so far, Saturday's been awesome. The Dendro reactions are nice. Okay, good. So not the best outcome, but still not too depressing. I mean, it might be a combination of COVID and cancer. Yeah, I was wondering if, like, COVID or even the COVID vaccines or something, like, increase the risk of cancer and scientists just haven't realized it yet. Like, there's something weird going on there. My week has been nice. My guitar finally came, so I'm learning how to play it. Oh, what kind of guitar? Electric or acoustic? Also, I see I got some sort of Discord notification. Yo, Coconut is going off in the Discord. Meanwhile, she's supposed to be over here, bro. Azure too. They're going off in the Discord instead of in the live stream. What the heck? I feel betrayed. Or they just had COVID and are exhausted and cancer comes? Maybe. I don't know why, but the stream is like 30 seconds delayed. I don't know why either. Electric? Okay. What inspired you to go down the route of electric guitar? I also want to kind of learn how to play guitar, but I want to learn how to play acoustic myself. Fun fact, living increases the chance of cancer. It's a good thing I feel like a zombie during my work week in that case. A whiff of wind blew into the room through the partially open window. I narrowed my eyes to see the moon blur and elongate in the distance. I'm not planning to go to bed yet. I guess I'm starting to feel pretty sleepy. Though my legs still felt heavy as lead, I mustered enough strength to stand up. Good night. Night. I continued to the exit of the room with uncertain steps. See you tomorrow, says Sanai as I opened the door. Yeah, see you. Thanks for the jelly. I returned to my room and threw myself onto the white bed. I wrapped the sheet around myself like a cocoon, letting my consciousness slowly melt into the world of dreams. I dreamed of seeing a 15-meter high humanoid anteater by my window that made me panic and lock myself in the bathroom. Well, I started playing the violin, but I saw my brother learning guitar. I thought it looked cool. So I wanted to give it a try because I was bored of playing my violin. How long had you been playing the violin? How many months or years? Gotta go. I am sleep. Alright, looking forward to having you back in 15 minutes. Click. Another fun fact, the longer you live, the closer you get to your death date. Oof. Oof. Not like this. I didn't think life would be this way. I didn't think life would be so brutal, cruel, and unrelenting. 5 years of violin. That's crazy. I guess that would make sense that you would need something new to spicing up your music life. So what do you want to do with electric guitar now? Are you going to play just for fun? Are you going to join like a band or something? Or are you going to play with friends? Or like what's the goal with it? And how are you going to learn also? Are you going to pay like a private tutor for lessons? Or are you going to learn just by experimenting? Well, how do you manage all of that? Okay, I'm at the expressway, so I gotta lurk. Alright, Ryu, thanks for being here and lurking, brother. My stomach hurts so much from your burritos. That's what Mexican food does sometimes. Well, my friends are starting a band, so I might join. Okay. Okay. How experienced are your friends? Like, and how is this band gonna be? Is it like, what's the plan? Do they have like plans? Like, what are the plans for this band? I guess like, how are you guys gonna? What do you want to do with it? Are you gonna try to get like paid gigs, or are you gonna try to make albums or singles and release them? Like, sounds interesting. My brother said he would teach me. That's good. Azure, just heal it. That's what I agree with that. I agree with that strategy. Let me see if my cocoa is cool enough for me to take a sip. Very hot still. You know, I noticed earlier that I heated it up a bit too much, a bit too long. I probably should have stayed in the kitchen instead of walking back to the stream and then walking back to the stove, but I mean, it tastes good. It's just too hot.
Mexican food is so good. Mexican food is good. My favorite is the one that Azure recommended to me, the chicken flautas. And my favorite dessert is the churros. And my favorite drink is the tamarind. But that doesn't mean that it won't kill your stomach, my guy. Depending on what you buy, it could kill your stomach. Chicken flautas don't kill my stomach. Tacos don't kill my stomach. So far, Mexican food hasn't bothered me. But I know it bothers a lot of other people. We're going to try to make albums because we're too lazy to go out and play for other people. So you're just going to make albums, maybe release them on Spotify maybe, or some other website, and or even on YouTube you release them. Do you ever use, do you use your YouTube channel to, like, post content or only as a viewer? If you ever need me to subscribe to a social media or follow a social media platform of yours, let me know. I'll give you some support. That way I could, support your music if I can. I know, right? I love Mexican food. Glad to be Mexican for real. Never had Mexican food, especially homemade. I'm not, but I eat so much Mexican stuff and hot stuff doesn't even make me flinch. I mean, I don't really, even though they kind of have some spicy stuff in Mexican cuisine, I don't really think of it as like a spicy cuisine. I feel like a lot of Asian cuisines tend to sometimes have spicier dishes. Like, for example, in China, they have the Sichuan or Sichuan cooking. That's supposed to be really spicy, and I want to try a lot more of it. But I don't know a place where I can buy really good quality Sichuan food where I live, unfortunately. I actually do know one place, but it's very far, very inconvenient to get to. Nope, only as viewers, so no worries. Thank you, though. Alright, if anything ever changes, feel free to let me know. Mexican food ain't even spicy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I considered falling back asleep when I opened my eyes, but the sun peeking through a gap in my curtains shone right into my face. No amount of twisting on the bed let me escape the brightness through my eyelids, and when I finally gave up and climbed out of bed to close the curtains, I realized I wasn't that sleepy anymore. Well, my favorite food is tamales, but I don't know if they are from Mexico. I think they're from Guatemala. Hot stuff makes ish good. Interesting. I could agree with the hot stuff statement, I think. I've never tried tamales. A snow-laden mountain loomed beyond the window. I spotted Kozoi standing in front of the door leading to the inner yard. What's up? I can't leave. Kozoi turned the doorknob, but the door didn't budge. What are you doing here? I came to see the snow. Well, too bad, the door doesn't open. I rolled up my sleeves. Just give me a moment with them. Kozoi took a step back as I seized the doorknob. Huff. Huff. A loud crack reverberated in the room. If it doesn't taste good, just add chili. High amounts and it will taste better. That's... You know what? I think chili actually isn't the best thing to have in high quantities. I'll look it up again. But yeah, chili can cause nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, diarrhea, and a burning sensation when ingesting. Chili peppers are not good for everyone. Some studies associate chili consumption with increased cancer risk. So yeah, there's a lot of short-term and long-term risks of eating too much chili, I guess. Definitely not the healthiest substance. Anyways, I have to go. It was nice talking to you all. See you tomorrow. Alright, Danny, have a nice night. Thanks for popping in and chatting for a bit. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Eat well, sleep well. You've broken it. It's not broken. I have to tell Maiko about this. Hey, wait, don't do that. Through the window, I could see a pile of snow that would reach up to my knees right outside the door. Well, right outside the door wasn't particularly accurate as it covered the entire inner yard. Only the big camphor tree still towered high above it all, boasting an elegant white layer of snow on top. Well, if your stomach can't handle chili, I can't like you. I don't think I've had enough chili to say whether or not my stomach can handle it. I guess I'll try the window. I undid the latch and opened the window, only to be momentarily blinded by the brightness of the snow. Stepping on the windowsill, I jumped outside. My legs sank into the snow below. Whoa, I'm sinking here. I was about to jump back inside, but Kozue walked in front of the window before I knew it, blocking my way. Open the door. I'd need a shovel to clear this much snow away. You have your hands, don't you? Are you kidding me? Look, my legs are already freezing, okay? Mayuko appeared behind Kozue in the corridor. What are you two doing? We're playing with snow. Good. Mayuko handed me a shovel through the window. I was looking for you to help me with the shoveling. I'll just leave it at that because I read it wrong, but that also makes sense. Fun in the snow? Were you thinking lewd thoughts, Jack? Cause not gonna lie, I may have thought a lewd thought and I won't share it because I want to keep this stream wholesome and soft. I like tamales de mole. Yeah, I remember you saying mole is like a type of sauce that I should try. Haven't tried it yet, but I remember I've kept it in mind, don't worry. Let me take some more sips of cocoa. You know how drinks are, right? The more you take sips and the less there is in the cup, the faster it cools. You gotta take little sips here and there. By the way, it's just a type of spicy powder called that way. I don't know what it is exactly. Yeah, I know chili is like a powder sometimes. It's also just a whole vegetable, I guess. I stuck the shovel into the snow. Huff. I lifted up a shovel of snow and placed it into a cart behind me. Kozue appeared as well, pushing an empty cart toward me. She stopped the empty cart next to me, moved to a snow-filled one, and pushed it away. Continued to shovel snow until Kozue returned with the next cart. Seeing that my cart was still only partially filled with snow, she rattled her own. Jeez, give me a break. I have some business in the library. Go on ahead then, I can shovel the snow by myself. How on earth am I supposed to go? Kozue made an indignant expression. Her legs were shorter than mine by at least one hand's length. I cleared half of the way already. It won't take that long. If you start taking breaks, it'll take until noon. Kozue rattled her cart again. Jeez, don't you trust me at all? I trust you about as much as I trust the paper used for goldfish scooping. Have I done anything to you? Where are you bringing that snow anyway? Over there, where Mayuko told me. Mayuko appeared on the cleared up road as we talked. I brought you some coffee. Thanks. And some hot milk for you, Kozue. Kozue took a paper cup from Mayuko. Aw, worse than I. She seems to have woken up with a bit of a fever this morning. She's resting in her room right now. It was freezing this morning. Is she okay? By the way, it's just a type of spice. Okay, I read that. Yeah, it's a sauce. Yeah, I'm familiar. I remember. It didn't look like anything serious. Have you been playing Genshin, Azure? Have you been playing Genshin like daily? Finished my coffee and handed the paper cup back to Mayuko. Oh yeah, just listen to this, Mayuko. Kozue said she only trusted me as much as the paper used for goldfish scooping. And also, what's going on with you and your little boyfriend? I think you said he added you on one of the social medias, so... And I know you said you were like, I'm the type of person to say hi. So has your hi been working? I once caught 5 goldfish with a single one. Heh, there was actually this one time I almost caught 20. 20? That sounds far too fishy. Is it really true? I'm not lying. Anyway, that's not what I was trying to say. Okay, I found out it's just chili in powdered or grain form. Yeah. Can you hurry up and shovel the snow already? Kozue egged me on after handing her cup back to Mayuko. With 2 cups in hand, Mayuko turned around and continued to the entrance. I found some ice on the roof, so I'll go and try to shatter it for now. Let's take a bath together after we finish with the snow. Sounds great. As I resumed work, I suddenly realized something and turned to Kozue. You can use the connecting corridor to go to the library, right? Borrowing the keys is too much of a pain. Seriously? Are you talking to me, GU? You are the only Azure. So, yes. Wait, not... It's called Flax? Flakes. You know, they got coffee and warm milk. I have hot cocoa. Kozue and the gang and myself were all having a good time. The door's hinges squeaked as they closed it behind me upon entering the silent lobby. I could hear the rustling of trees and the chirping of birds from outside. The light filtering in through the stained glass above the door lit up the floor. I continued forward, glancing at the astronomical trinket on the counter. The planet imitations are slowly spinning in the barely perceptible breeze. The contraption suddenly let out a high-pitched, bell-like sound. I heard a sound of footsteps, and then Maiko appeared from the stairs leading to the underground bath. Have you finished? Where should I leave this? I held up the shovel in front of her. I took it from the storage room on the second floor. As for the cart, you can leave it in the inner yard. The cart is right by the exit right now. I see, alright. I'll go return your shovel to its place. Where's Kozue? Asked Maiko as I was about to climb the staircase. She went to borrow some books from the library. I don't think she'll take too long. I'm done preparing the bath, so find a change of clothes and come back. Okay. I ascended the stairs with shovel in hand. From behind, I could hear Maiko walking on the door. Well, about that. I didn't really want to tell anyone, but I sadly found out he has a girlfriend. It's a bit difficult to let these feelings go once again. Well, that's kinda why I was telling you before that his interactions just seemed like normal interactions. I didn't want you to get your hopes up because I had a feeling something like this could happen. But they got together a few days ago. Oh. Huh. Yeah, you were too late. So what does this mean? Does this mean that in the future when you have a crush, you'll confess faster or you'll chat faster? You'll be braver next time? The storage room was located in an extra area between the stairs and the first room on the second floor. Its narrow confines held a large painting in a fancy frame that no one could figure out where to hang, a sofa with a missing leg, an aquarium for tropical fish, and all sorts of otherwise completely unrelated bits and bobs. In the dark room illuminated by a single source of light, I found a stand similar to the one used for umbrellas. I promptly stuck it into a shovel. Wait, so if he has a girlfriend, and this is sort of just like a done deal, off the counter, gotta let the feelings go, then why are you so excited to go back to school? There's nothing wrong with having a lot of crushes. And crush just means that you find someone attractive, whether it's for their looks or their personality. And there's nothing wrong with finding a person attractive or admitting that a person is attractive. And a crush is very different from actually falling in love, which I don't think you've experienced yet. I don't think you've actually fallen in love. I highly doubt it given how young you are. So, you know, for the age where you are now, there's nothing wrong with having a lot of crushes. I basically had like a different crush every year from preschool maybe to present day. So, sometimes multiple crushes at the same time. So, nothing wrong with that. It's part of life.
You're gonna meet attractive people, you're gonna think they're attractive. Nothing wrong with that. Context, give me context. I mean, it's Azure's story, so if she wants to share her story with you, she can, but I'm not gonna share. It's not my place. Can you repeat that again? I had to get something, my bad. I said there's nothing wrong with having a bunch of crushes. It just means that you find someone attractive for their looks or their personality. I said that ever since pre-K, I had like a different crush every year. Sometimes more than one crush at the same time. And having a crush is different from actually being in love. And that you're so young that I doubt you've actually been in love yet, regardless of what you may or may not think. So I don't, having crushes is normal. Nothing wrong with thinking a person is attractive. That's just gonna happen throughout life. Whether it's in person, sometimes online, maybe just seeing a picture of a model and finding them attractive, maybe having a crush on a celebrity. People have a lot of crushes in a lot of different ways, and it's just a natural part of human nature. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing to be disgusted by. So long, partner, till we meet again. I turned off the light and started down the way I came from, but paused in the middle of the corridor. On my right was Kozui's old room. I placed my hand on the doorknob and slowly pushed the door open. It was only a bed, an empty cabinet, and a closed window inside. I want to throw more psychology facts at you guys, give me context. It hadn't changed at all since I'd last seen it. I could see the sky above the port town through the window. The light through said window illuminated the room, unconcerned that its master was gone. Context of which part? All of it, I guess. Your part of the story, really. The whole thing is your story. I stepped inside and heard the floor creak underneath me. I closed my eyes but couldn't sense the hard rock floor under my feet, the cold wind blowing through the walls of the narrow cave walls, the low humming that strangled my chest, or even the smell of wet soil and moss. The bath's ready. A sudden voice from behind left me startled. I turned around to see Mayuko with a puzzled expression on her face. What are you doing in a place like this? Nothing. Ha! Mayuko let out a sigh. Let's go take that bath. I passed by Mayuko, she followed behind me. Are you ready, Jack? Bath scene! Bath scene! Are you ready, David? Bath scene! Are you ready, Mister? Wake up, click! Phew, I submerged myself in the hot water while resting my head on the edge of the tub. I could hear the sounds of Mayuko washing her hair. I grasped the Ponkon toy floating in the tub, submerged it in the water, then let go while watching the ripples it created as it shot up. Kozue regarded me in silence. Don't mind the fact that there's a lolly in the bath scene, okay? Don't mind that, David. And since most of you are lollies, I guess, since most of you are young, I'll give you the full color view of her in case you guys want to crush on her. You guys are allowed that. The older viewers are not allowed this pleasure, so close your eyes. But for you younger folk, here you go. Some Kozue in all her glory. I know. I'm a god for doing this for everyone. I know. Oh, just normal stuff. I met this guy like in November, October, and I fell in love, blah, blah, blah. And we had some good interactions, which I found lovely. And I really wanted to be friends, and I did become friends with him. That's about it. Once I began feeling warmer, I climbed out of the bath and sat on its edge. As I counted the number of Ponkan floating in the tub, Mayuko finished washing her hair and placed her basket on the ground with a thud. I could hear her wet footsteps as she walked toward the bath. The round yellow Ponkan sluggishly swayed in the calm water. Mayuko submerged herself up to her shoulders and shifted her gaze to me.
So did you go by personality or looks? Both? Wow. It was getting too hot. I slid down from the edge, leaving the cool air for the hot water. My skin warmed up instantly. I could feel the heat traveling through my neck to my head. Alright guys, I'm gonna go wash my mug now that I finished my hot cocoa. I'm gonna be responsible. I'm gonna leave you on this screen of Kozue and Mayuko, whichever one floats everybody's boat. You can simp whichever one you want. I won't judge. Don't be sad, there are 8 billion people on Earth. There's gonna be another one, it's just gonna take time. Also, your question about why I'm so excited to go to school, Gio. I'm just happy to see my friends now, because I love talking to them. That sounds good, that's wholesome. I like hearing that, I respect that. My skin warmed up instantly. I could feel the heat traveling through my neck to my head. If you cool yourself off at proper intervals, every time you return to the bath will feel as good as your first time, and you never get too hot either. Really? I closed my eyes as my cheeks warmed up. You warm yourself in the bath, then you cool down sitting on the edge. Rinse and repeat. You manage the temperature of the outer layer of your skin, heating and cooling it as though you were making a millefeuille out of yourself. It's the elegant way of enjoying a bath. You're going to catch a cold like that. I don't think you need to worry about that, said Kozue as she stood up. Yeah, Kozue knows that this is the healthy way to enjoy a bath. Wait a second, I know what you did there, Kozue, I exclaimed, raising my fist. Are you leaving already? Kozue nodded at Mayuko's question and left the room. I spent a few moments gazing at the white, vapor-covered windows when a cold drop of water fell on my forehead. I just want love and someone who cares about me and just talks to me daily, blah blah blah. Someone who loves me for who I am. The interesting thing that you said about that is like, you don't need love for that. Like, you just have like a friend who talks to you daily, and friends who appreciate you for who you are. And it's kind of the same sentiment. Like, if that's all you want out of a relationship, someone to talk to you daily and appreciate you, that's literally what friends can do. Like, you don't need romance for that. You going to get your hair wet? Michael came over to me and tucked some loose locks of hair peeking out from beneath my towel back under it. And now, in fact, most relationships in schools end after puberty due to the uncontrolled emotions during the puberty time. Your face is red like a boiling octopus. I may have spent too much time in the water. I think it's about time you got out then. Would you like me to wash your back? Yay, of course. Think of it as my thanks for shoveling the snow. Haha, I guess hard work does pay off from time to time. I got out of the bathtub, splashing hot water all around me, and sat down on the closest wooden stool by the shower. Michael brought a stool of her own, sitting down on it behind me. Alright, here we go, team, here we go! I like it a little rough. Oh man, you know what? Let's just take down the dialogue for a minute. Hell yeah. I'm gonna change the thumbnail to this later. Let's just appreciate all this goodness that we're seeing right now. The people then get to gain their senses and realize they don't like each other at all. That actually sounds very accurate and realistic. Understood. Michael covered the washcloth in soap and pressed it against my back. She took hold of my shoulder with her other hand. Look, I know I said it should be rough, but I don't want it to hurt, okay? I'm just kidding. She began slowly brushing my back up and down with just the right amount of strength. He said, "Hey yo, what the F?" What do you mean? There's nothing wrong here. It's just one girl helping another girl wash her back, you know? Pretty wholesome. Soap bubbles covering any indecent exposure. Nothing to get upset about. No, it's just right. Feels good. I see. Kimochi? I exhaled a breath, raised my knees, and rested my chin on them. Are you tired? Nah, it's not like that. Snow never piled up this much back where I'm from, so if anything, shoveling it was a nice new experience for me. I've never seen so much snow here in the past, to be honest. Guess I won't have many more chances like that, huh? Yes, unfortunately. I see. Well, not like I'm the one concerned. Michael's hand paused as she considered my words for a moment. Do you have any itchy spots? You sound like a barber. What will you do if I say I do? I let out a laugh. Don't blame me if you won't be able to sleep on your back tonight. Have you ever said you had an itchy spot at the barber's? No. I have. Michael let out a gasp of surprise. You actually had them scratch your head? Yeah. But then the rest of the experience didn't go too well. They totally rushed the dryer part afterwards. I think they thought of me as an annoying customer and wanted to get it over with as soon as possible. I always thought it was more like a figure of speech than an actual proposal, but it feels good. I wanted them to do it again. Well, I suppose I can see what you mean. Feels good when another person scratches you, for real. How does your back feel? Real nice. I wish we could continue this for hours. I see. After that, Michael also washed my arms and shoulders. I had my own bath scene, meanwhile, or sauna anyway. You know, Jack, I'm sure your bath scene was relaxing, but compared to this, I mean, it's no contest. This is where it's at, my guy. Look at this. Look at this. This is a feast for the eyes. You're being awfully nice today, Mayuko. I've been nice since before I was born. Couldn't help but chuckle. Really? Oh, didn't you know? Half of me is made of pure, undiluted kindness. Never heard that one before. How did you find out? I got a blood test here. You can tell that from blood? Leukocytes, erythrocytes, hemoglobin, protein, and kindness. And in your case, kindness takes up half of the whole? Yes. What's the average for a person? Unfortunately, I'm quite far above the average. Guess I'm lucky to have a nurse like you then. We both chuckled. Are they gonna do it? Bro. Are they gonna go all the way tonight? I think that's where this flirtation is going, Jack. They're gonna go all the way. Our laughs reverberated across the bathroom walls. Oh my god. Cold air enveloped my body as I opened the door to the dressing room. I glanced at the weight scales by the door. I passed them, took the basket with my change of clothes from the shelf, wrapped myself in a towel, and put on my underwear. As I slid into my shirt and turned around, I saw Michael putting on her socks after wiping herself with a towel. Do you always start from the socks? Yes. That looks pretty indecent. Michael promptly put on her underwear and shirt. I always feel like heat escapes my body through my feet. Really? And honestly, I feel the way you think is far more indecent. Really? Oh, man. Oh, come on, Jack. We can't change scenes here. Thought they were gonna go all the way. Jack, I demand a redo. I demand a reprogramming of this game. I think it's time. Sanai sat up in bed and took the thermometer out of her mouth. You still seem to have a high fever. Sanai, her cheeks flushed, regarded me with an empty gaze. I want to read a book. No way, you need to get some sleep. Sanai gave me an indignant look through her half-open eyes. You really like books, don't you? Why is that? You mean what I like about books? I nodded. I like a lot of things. I don't know if I can sum it up. Well, what's good about the current book you're reading, then? It's an old book. It's old, okay. Which means it's full of things I don't know, like descriptions of lands I'd never seen before. But I enjoy that kind of lack of knowledge, as my imagination always fills in the blanks. If I die, burn me with the books on this shelf. There are still some I haven't read yet, she added. Why do we have to burn the books with her? Isn't that just, like, I don't know, disrespectful to the books almost? I don't know how else to put it, but... Oh yeah, did you check the new tips from last time? I have not checked the new tips from last time. I'll have to try to remember toward the end of stream. I can do that if you want, but you won't be able to read them if I burn them. Trust me, if you watch what you missed, you're gonna see nothing but Genshin conversation hype. It was 100% pure Genshin. I can do that if you want, but you won't be able to read them if I burn them. You think I can read books after my death? I have no idea what happens after death. You don't believe in heaven and hell, right? Sure, it would fit my genes. What? David, what's happening to you? We will not sacrifice you. You're a friend of this community. If anything, we will send you more anime, waifu, propaganda to fill your days with pleasure. Perhaps carnal and sinful pleasure, but pleasure nonetheless. I have all the stuff to bury me with, not like this. I might not look it, but I'm actually scientifically minded. I don't believe you'll be able to continue constructing thoughts after your brain dies. It's fun to think about the afterlife, but none of the potential ideas make much sense from where I stand. I put the thermometer away and soaked the towel I prepared in a bowl of ice water. I always start thinking about these things when I don't feel well. My health isn't exactly in tip-top shape, she added. Aren't you scared, Takako? Not really. As I said, it'd be fun if there was an afterlife, but if it all works like I expect it to work, you won't even be able to feel fear, so what does it matter? I'm pretty sure some people would find the idea of not existing scary in itself. What's the point of doing your best in life if you're gonna disappear anyway? Have you ever thought of it like that? Well, you leave all sorts of things behind, I mean. Besides, the fact that I might disappear one day doesn't change the fact that I exist here and now. I took the towel out of the bowl and wrung it so as not to splash the water all over the room. One time when we were gazing at the stars together, Sachiko said that their light was hundreds and hundreds of years old. In other words, hundreds of years will pass before we're seen from over there. Nothing that ever existed can disappear completely. I see, and I agree. You should sleep. I'm sure you'll be fine by tomorrow. What time is it? It's around 9, I think. Oh, there's also the idea that you might become a ghost. That just might be the most fun option.
If I turn into one tonight, I'll come to your room to relax. Don't forget to make some kind of signal so I know it's you. In that case, I'll pick up coins like that in Ghost Town. Alright, I'll make sure to leave some on the table. Guess I can rest easy then. Good night. Yeah, good night. I might be on your Discord server. You don't know my Discord though. So you're in my server, but you don't have the same name is what you're telling me? Yeah, I don't know which one is you. I don't see a David in the Discord. The only David I see in the Discord is a friend of mine who's a game developer. He's also the fiance of one of my good friends. Wait, so what's your Discord name then? I put the cold towel on Sanai's head as she finally lay down. Sanai let out a relieved breath and slowly closed her eyes. I opened my eyes to realize I was lying on a bed. As I sat up, a sudden and sharp pain ran through the core of my skull. With its empty shelves, a bed covered in blinding white sheets, and a window that opened to the vast sky above the port town, the room felt as lifeless as ever. Who's the oldest person in your server, GU? I don't know. How am I supposed to know? I don't know everybody's age. There used to be a girl that was 27. No, she was 28, I think. I don't know. But there used to be a girl that was 28. There used to be a guy who was in his 50s. But he left the Discord. So I don't know who's the oldest anymore. It has a similarity to my name, but there is no David in it. God dang. Has a similarity. You know what? I'm gonna investigate right now. There's somebody in here named 2T Cool. I know they joined recently. I think they joined from Rom's community, if I'm not mistaken. Chase is not 465 is in here. But they joined over a year ago. There's an Elisa in here that joined in October. Wait, let me look at Chase again. Chase actually, yeah, Chase joined over a year ago. There's Kami, who joined in November. Casey Luna is our friend from Philippines. Kuchi is, I believe, a female who does art and joined during a Genshin stream. They're friends with AJ, who I played with from Asia. There's a Crispy in here, who joined in August. A Lavinius B, who joined in May. An LOL HD. Okay, so you're probably LOL HD then. That would make the most sense. Alright, I did my investigating. Yesterday I was playing with lipstick and I destroyed it because I don't use it anymore and my whole hand was red. I couldn't take the tint off and I was scared. Well, maybe like don't destroy things just because you don't use them. It's kind of a unusual choice. F, gotta sleep. Alright, sleep well, David. Don't worry, I'll be streaming again in 15 hours. Genshin stream tomorrow. If you're not available to watch it live. The VOD will be there if you want to check out the rolls. I'll put timestamps in it. Oh yeah, hope to see you again soon, bud. Take care of yourself. The sky that was orange before I closed my eyes had turned dark blue. Or maybe. I rubbed my left arm that had nearly frozen while I slept with no sheet on me. When I stood up, the pain in my skull returned. Eventually, I staggered out of Kozue's room with uncertain steps. I guess not. Wait, is this thing? Alright. Welcome back, then. I think I was going somewhere. I turned right and began descending the spiral staircase. The lights started blinking as I continued down toward the lobby. I changed them just the other day. I took one step after the other while leaning against the wall with my right arm. I passed by a few small pictures on the wall to reach the blinking light. It didn't seem like it had dimmed, at least. Where did everyone go anyway? Well, the problem is that a lot of my viewers, especially the viewers who were here earlier, they're in Europe or Asia. So 99, he's in Asia. It's really late for him. He had to go to sleep. Click, he's in Europe. Really late for him. He had to go to sleep. Chuya is in Asia. Really late for her. She had to go to sleep. Lord. Pretty sure Lord is in our time zones. But, you know, he's been busy lately. XYZ is playing God of Ragnarok, probably. Floof, you know, he's not feeling well. He's kind of sick. Mr. I'm curious about, because Mr. kind of quiet, but is usually still listening in. So I kind of wonder what he's doing when he's lurking. Not really sure. Because he's in Canada, so he's around here. He's awake. And yeah, a lot of people had to go to sleep. Mate, it's 2 in the morning for me. I hear you. As I looked away, my vision suddenly grew completely dark. I could feel myself stepping on a hard, wet surface. I was back in the dark limestone cave. The wall I'd been touching had turned into rock before I knew it. I inhaled a lungful of cold, on Genshin most of the time. Humid air to calm myself down. That makes sense. So that's where Mr. is. He's busy Genshining, doing his grind. Danny said that she had to go. Who knows? She might be practicing her electric guitar that she's excited about. A lot of people doing a lot of different things, but mostly sleep. I slowly closed my eyes, then opened them again. I was back on the spiral staircase. I lurked an entire stream that you did, though. Wait, today's or another stream? Today you're active, which I'm grateful for. I always like having the company and the conversation. Which one did you lurk? Was it the Azure Lane one or a different one? The light I changed the other day and the familiar picture of a lake hung right next to me on the wall. I leaned against the wall with my back and stared at the light for a few moments when I saw Mayuko descending the stairs above me. There was another one? You remember what game it was? It was probably just Genshin. I'm hoping to give you guys more exposure to games besides Genshin, but I know a lot of you just want to see Genshin usually, and there's not really a lot of time for me to do other things since I work so much during the week, and Saturday pretty much has to be, for me, like the Yuri day, whether it's Seabed or other Yuri titles. I really want Saturday to be the Yuri day of the week, so that leaves us with Sunday for other things, which, you know, it's kind of limiting in a way. It's just because I work too dang much. If I didn't work all those overtime hours, I could do more on YouTube, but Overtime is killing me. And the crazy thing about the overtime is I was reviewing my contract, and it turns out there's definitely some potential illegality in how my contract is being handled. I'm gonna email my friend's sister today because she's a lawyer and she knows about this stuff. And we're gonna figure out what's up with it. Because if they're not gonna pay me right for overtime, I'm not gonna do it. So we'll see. I caught her hand before she tumbled down the stairs. "What are you doing there?" Mayako asked, pressing a hand against her chest. I thought there was something wrong with the light over here again, but it seems like it was just my imagination. I see. Mayako straightened herself, so I let go of her hand. I think Genshin or so, I don't remember. I just said hi and left it run for the white noise. I mean, you did that yesterday too, and that was Azure Lane, which then became Genshin. It's almost lights out time. Is it already that late? Well, check the clock in the lobby if you don't believe me. I shook my head. Wait, did she wet her pants? I don't think so. In that case, good night. Mayako passed by me. Mayako turned around to face me as I addressed her. Can I sleep with you tonight? Ooh, here we go, Jack. Here we go. Can I sleep with you tonight? I gulped down the remainder of my cold tea and put the empty cup on the tray. I want to lay down the futon, so I'd appreciate it if you got out of the way. Jack said, let's go. I stood up and continued to the kitchen with tray in hand. Meanwhile, Michael folded the table and prepared 2 futons behind me. After I laid down on the freshly laid futon, Michael tossed a sheet on me. I'm turning off the lights. Okay. Sure you won't need to go to the toilet? How old do you think I am? I partially peeked out from under the sheet to glare at her. Michael made a low chuckle. I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'm turning off the lights. Okay. Not again? What do you mean not again? This is what the community thrives upon. This is what we live for. A nice bath, massage, and then sleep. I don't know about sleep. I think a little more than sleep is going on, Jack. The room momentarily turned around and was swallowed by darkness as she pulled the cord. The night duty room's futons were kept in a closet, so they had a different smell compared to my bed. My brain had irrevocably connected that smell to Michael by now. I yawned and considered the cord dangling from the ceiling. It looked like it was swaying, but when I looked at it in relation to the ceiling, I understood that wasn't the case. I had a lot on my mind, so I didn't feel sleepy at all. Are you sleeping? I asked in a barely audible voice. I'm not. Mayako gave in after a long pause. What would you do if I disappeared? I rolled over to face her. Are you planning to leave? She asked, slightly raising her upper body. No. I'm speaking hypothetically, as in, you found my room empty once you went looking for me in the morning, and I wasn't anywhere else in the sanatorium. What would you do then? With no word from you? With no word from me, yes. I'd look for you. I'd contact the police and we'd scour the mountains, I suppose. Then you'd get a piece of my mind once we found you. I see. Well, ask me something like that, though. I just felt like it. Michael let out a sigh. Okay, well. No more of these questions, please. They're only gonna make me depressed. I don't like this. What's not to like? Yeah, for real. What's not to like? It's literally 2 girls possibly falling in love. And I don't know. Maybe you're too young to realize this, David, but when 2 girls fall in love, that's the most pure love that there is. It's the love that God intended. I like how Callie is getting the rain they need. Bro, what? Okay, I'll make sure to leave a message if I go anywhere. Please do. At times, however, you cannot be the master of your own fate. Are you sure you can make that promise so easily? Well, fine. I'll do it as long as it's within my power. Thank you. But I'm not sure if I'll be strong enough. Will you please make up your mind? It's like you said, sometimes you just don't have a choice. I suppose so. I rolled on my back and closed my eyes. The light clouds beyond the window looked like smoke in the moonlight. I remember staying over at my grandma's this one time. My grandparents and I all slept together in the same room. rubbed my eyes in the middle of the night, and got an eyelash stuck in it. I had to use the mirror above my head to try and get it out. Glancing at Mayuko, I saw her looking at me through drowsy, half-open eyes. It was the kind of mirror you could turn in various angles, but it was set up to face the closet for some reason. Anyway, I turned it toward myself, and then my grandma woke up and got really angry at me for doing that. Why was she angry? I don't know. You didn't ask? I was too scared to. I see. What do you think? Was that a scary story? I wouldn't say it was particularly scary, really. It's true though. Look, I got goosebumps just from remembering it. Maybe you have to have been there to understand. Didn't you think that there might be something weird reflected in that mirror, or that it led to some other dimension and you wouldn't be able to return? That's a popular story about mirrors, yes. Hey, don't just brush it off like that. The whole thing traumatized me for life. I'm not sure I can help you with that one. The grandfather clock in the lobby struck the hour. It stopped after 11 beats. It's late. We should go to sleep. Good night. Good night. I stole a glance at Mayuko's face before closing my eyes. I then continued thinking about things in the darkness of my closed eyelids. It was a bad habit that would occasionally interfere with my sleep schedule. Yeah, I kind of have the same bad habit. That was traumatizing. I was 12 at that time. You were 12 at what time? I wriggled out of my futon and got into Mayuko's. What are you doing? Okay, here it comes. I got too scared to sleep. Is that so? Michael let out a sigh. Don't end like this. Give us more. Not like this, Jack. Not like this. Not like this. Just look at his Sachi. Don't you think it's great? I looked back over to my shoulder while ascending the stairs. There's a small garden surrounded by 4 walls outside the window. There's some flower beds and a square hole in the middle that looked like a well. How do you even enter that? Sachiko asked. Years ago? What traumatized you though? You're being very vague. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I think I can see doors on that wall. It looks quite tranquil. I like it. How many of the rooms are occupied? Most of them are, I think. There's a handicrafts shop on the first floor, a tax accountant's office below us, and a law firm up above. We reached our destination. I opened the door and let Sachiko go inside. I followed her and closed the door behind me. What do you think? Sachiko carefully surveyed the room. We can put the empty employee desks here, and you can have a private desk there by the window, since you're the boss and everything. Sachiko walked to the window and looked outside. It's too bright here. Too much reflection to read papers. And it feels kind of hot. Good thing it's not facing south, at least, she added. You can put up blinds or something. I pointed at the left side of the room. There's a kitchen over there, so we could have coffee whenever we wanted. And this other room would be perfect for meeting clients. Sachiko turned away from the window and peeked inside the kitchen, then continued to the meeting room. Oh, I see you can enter this room from the corridor, too. There's a small entrance by the staircase leading there. I see. Saw another door at the end of the corridor. What was that? Just a storage room, I think. It's close to the station and has a parking lot. With a shopping street close by, we can even eat out for lunch. Oh yeah, and I found a cafe I think you'd like. What do you think? I'd say this is the best one out of all the ones we've checked today. How much is it? It's pretty cheap. I took a thick stack of documents out of my bag and handed Sachiko one page from it. Okay, guys. Good news, bad news. Good news. I think the hot cocoa satisfied my chocolate urge. Bad news. I got an urge for churros now. I had churros Thursday. I had churros Friday. I think I might be a churros addict. I think the sugar and cinnamon they put on the churros might actually be cocaine. And I want some churros. What do you think? Are you sure there hasn't been a murder in this building or something like that? It's just old. Well, I imagine all sorts of things must have happened here over the years, but does that really matter to us? Sachiko continued silently pacing back and forth between the empty rooms. She tried knocking on some of the walls, listening to the resulting echo. After checking the storage room, we looked around to see what kind of establishments occupied the other floors. It was the middle of a weekday though, so everyone was busy working inside. If you want to learn more about the others, I have a file here. I think we can check your papers in that cafe you mentioned. That's a good idea. We went to the cafe. Once there, we looked over the rest of the papers we had. Sachiko paid the most attention to the building's design, both exterior and interior, as well as its expenses. I was more swayed by the ease of transport and the nearby stores. We looked over a couple of other places after that, but didn't find anything better. It wasn't perfect, but it met all our primary requirements. Wait, did the others leave? I'm not sure. Azure might still be here. And Jack chimes in here and there, but he's definitely listening in. It was dark by the time we returned home. We had dinner downtown on our way back, and Mr. Mister is also listening in while playing Genshin. So some people went to sleep, other people are lurking. We had dinner downtown on our way back, so I went to take a bath right away. As I returned, I spotted Sachiko having a conversation on the phone in the living room. I sat down on the sofa and picked up the remote control. However, I saw Sachiko shaking her head from the corner of my eye. Matter of fact, Jack, did I get to ask you how your week's been? Anything interesting, extra satisfying happened throughout the week? New, maybe not new, but still satisfying nonetheless? 2 viewers, so Guatme and Jack. Honestly, you can't trust the viewer count. Sometimes it'll say 2 and there's like 4 or 5. Not too bad. Been taking it easy and playing some. Saw the new avatar. Wait, there's a new avatar? Nani? Hold on. Let me do some research. What have you been playing? Some StarCraft, some Amnesia. Okay, so is it this avatar, the Way of Water? I didn't know. I mean, I think I heard that there was a second movie, but I didn't follow it. That's interesting. Looks kind of cool. I feel like the first movie, I could be wrong, but wasn't the first movie kind of long? Like maybe 3 to 4 hours? Like, it felt like the first movie was dragging out a bit. I don't know how long this movie is. Maybe you could share if you recall how long it took in the theater or wherever you watched it. Finished Amnesia Rebirth and Nowhere Profit. Oh, nice. That's all I heard about it. Yeah. I'm playing on Genshin. Be proud of me. Bro, how many pulls, though? Why aren't you gonna... You should wait and, like, stream it to us on the Discord. Come on. What the heck? It's called Avatar The Way of Water or something? Yeah. And it's one of the best-selling movies ever, apparently. This one was 3 hours, too. Wait, what? Best-selling? Let me check that again. Avatar... Sales so far? Should I look up sales? Almost $3 billion in sales. But why? Like, I don't want to sound like mean or anything, but when I watched it, like the first one, like I enjoyed it, but I wasn't like super amazed. Like I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. And that's not like a critical analysis of like how good the plot was or how good character development was. That's like not in-depth analysis. That's just an analysis of the amount of fun I had. I had enough fun to give it a 7 out of 10. But I wasn't like, oh man, this is a priceless 10 out of 10 gem or anything. I'm kind of surprised that it's such a big hit because it's also something I don't hear people talk about often. Like, when it's out, everybody's talking about it. Like, oh, there's a James Cameron thing, Avatar, oh my god. But then, like, let's say a year later, like, nobody's talking about it a year later. Nobody's talking about it, like, 2 years later. You know what I mean? I feel like it's something people forget about for the most part. So it's kind of weird that it's such a big, heavy hit, because I didn't realize it was this popular. Kind of surprised me. I never saw any hype about it, so my guess is it's targeted some segment I'm not adjacent to, like school kids, and then they go watch it with their parents. Yeah, that could be it, because I feel the same way as you. I didn't think it had that much hype to it. I didn't realize it has such a big fan base, I guess, or cult following, whatever this is. Eventually, Sachiko finished her phone call and came over to me. She looked down at me, sitting in the middle of the two-seater sofa. I returned her look and patted my knees. Her eyes narrowed. Feast your eyes upon the ultra-deluxe Takako sofa. Sachiko finally gave up and sat down in between my legs. Nah, it's not school, kids. Oh, here we go, here we go! Wait, this is her with Sachiko. This is a flashback. What was that phone call about? It was the head of the sales department from our old place. He called to tell me about our retirement bonus. Will it include paid vacation time? It won't. Darn. And I worked so hard, too. Thanks to that, we won't be running out of money anytime soon. Well, we've got taxes next year, right? I wonder if it's gonna be okay. I've already calculated that. It's gonna be okay. Well, if you had worked a little harder, we'd have more leeway, though. Hey now, any more in that engineering department would have killed me. But the blame lies with sales and not engineering, right? Their manager accepted projects with no regard for the already packed schedules of the staff. That sucked too, but the worst part was how our manager decided we didn't need weekends anymore, and made insane overtime a part the daily routine on top of all that. But you got paid, didn't you? It allowed us to advance with our plan ahead of schedule. It was just like she said. Our goals are to go independent and travel around the world. We managed to achieve both a few years earlier than expected. And then they go watch it with their parents. Nah, it's not school kids. I want an ultra deluxe Takako sofa. Are you implying that you want the sofa that Takako is sitting on? Or are you implying that you want a sofa with Takako's face on it? Because if it was a sofa with like an image of Takako in the bath, like the image that we had earlier, then I would want that sofa as well. But if it's just the sofa that they're sitting on, I don't know. I want Takako the sofa? I'm so confused. What do you mean Takako the sofa? Is this like a Thomas the Train thing? But there's a Takako the sofa? I'm so confused. Oh, you're saying because she's sitting on Takako and Takako is the sofa? So not the sofa that Takako's sitting on. Not a sofa with Takako design on it. You want to sit on Takako's lap. I get it. I'm in the same boat. Jack wants to sit on her? Yeah, I figured it out. Adding more strength into my embrace and hug Sachiko tighter from behind. Have you decided where you want to go yet? She called it the Ultra Deluxe Takako sofa. That makes sense, that makes sense. It does look rather deluxe, doesn't it? But at the same time, Sachiko Dai's looking kind of good too, my guy. They both hot. Sachiko considered the pamphlet we got from the tourism agency. I thought about it, but I feel that your suggestion about going to the sea somewhere far in the south sounds like the best option so far. It's somewhere over there right now, isn't it? I wanted to experience that at least once, right? And speaking of new experiences, you can't fire guns or go skydiving in here, so there's that too. I leafed through the pamphlet from behind. That doesn't sound too bad. We spent some time talking about travel, imagining skies and seas that we'd never be able to see from our native land. Sachiko turned on the TV after we finished. She flipped through a few channels until we were on the evening news. The announcer was talking about the economy or something. Looks like our economy's doing well. Yeah, that definitely sounds like it. Some businessmen were being interviewed on the screen right now. What kind of office do you want to run? Sachiko asked. A place where we can all talk about the future. That doesn't sound too bad, Sachiko said after a brief pause. I realized it was a dream as soon as I opened my eyes. I glanced at the clock in the dimly lit room. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Mayako was sleeping next to me in silence. I was thinking with my eyes closed before falling asleep, so I wasn't sure how long I'd been out for. I still felt kind of sleepy. It was too early to wake up. I closed my eyes again. The contents of my dream naturally flashed through my mind's eye again. I realized what I had lost after finishing reading that diary. The past me never worried about things like this. I was able to deal with everything a lot better than I could now. I knew that Sachiko had my back even if I screwed up. It never felt like that big of a deal for me to leave my hometown, and it didn't bother me to give up on my job. Similarly, I didn't worry too much about the feasibility of us establishing our new office. I just drew what I wanted to, and Sachiko would color it for me. It was all so easy. A lot of things become easy when you share them with someone you trust. I thought about Mayako, who was now on the other side of my eyelids. I had no words to express just how much happier my life would have been if Sachiko hadn't vanished from it. If only Mayako was Sachiko. Wait a minute, this was our theory too, right? That was my theory from last week, that Mayako is Sachiko. I have so many theories now that it's hard to keep track, isn't it? It's just kicked me and put me to the terms of service of YouTube the 3rd time today now. Well, what the heck are you trying to write in chat that's getting you kicked? But I loved Mayako for who she was too. If I was her, I wouldn't want someone to love me because I looked like someone else. It was either Mayako or Sachiko lying beside me, and there was no in between. I considered if I had any tools to confirm it. I couldn't find anything no matter how many times I read through the notebook. Wait, so is Takako thinking what I'm thinking? Is Takako thinking that Mayako might be Sachiko? And she's trying to find evidence? All I had was that image of Sachiko in the dark cave. I felt like that place held all the answers. I had to go to that room one more time. Just the thought of it made my blood run cold. And I had no guarantees I'd be able to make it back this time. I'm so intrigued. Because now I feel like she's saying she wants to go to that cave that Sachiko was in. Because she knows that that cave brings back memories of the past. But she also knows that you can sort of get lost in there forever, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm very intrigued by how that ended. I guess we're gonna end here with our chapter reading, since we finally reached chapter 8, which was our goal for the day. And then next week we could read chapter 8. And for now, we'll try to read some tips. Jack is gonna have to help me out and remind me what the new tips were, because I'm not gonna remember the exact ones, and there's quite a few now. Well, I believe Jack might have the ability to distinguish which ones we missed. I don't think tips 1 would be it. Maybe at the end of the second trip might be one of them, not sure. Might be this one. Guess censoring words is banned, so I will write F fully instead. Wait, what? You can't censor words? I would imagine censoring them is better than writing them. That's a Switch game? It is a Switch game. You could also get it on Steam for PC. I'm eating yogurt. Depending on how distracted you get, there's a non-zero chance you finish next time. Oh, so you're saying I could do chapters 8 onwards in one shot? That's interesting. If that's the case, maybe we could start streaming Enigma soon. I did buy Enigma, Jack. Good news, we have Enigma. But we also have to do another Yuri game before we do Enigma. I have some ideas of what the next Yuri game might be. Hard to say, it's a possibility. Probably 2 sessions at most. Cool. 1 or 2 more, and then we've completed our journey of seabed. Alright, so are we looking at end of trip, Jack? What do you think? Or are there other new ones, or is this the only new one, or is this not new? What's our new tip? Do you recall better than I? I'm pretty sure, I feel very certain that we read all of the number 3 ones. I feel somewhat certain that we read all of the number 1 tips. So I think it's this. Sounds about right. I think you unlocked this last stream at least. Okay. I think this is the only one. I usually have pretty good memory. Not foolproof, but most of the time on point. Wake up, it looks incredible outside. Feeling like someone was calling out to me, I opened my eyes. The seats of the bus trembled as the driver skillfully navigated through the crooked country road. I finally managed to fall asleep just earlier, but I didn't feel like I could repeat the feat again. Resigning myself to that fate, I instead looked out the window. Go to a wiki? I'm too lazy. I'm not a fan of wiki. There was no point to even confirm that the seat next to me had been unoccupied. The voice that woke me up came from a distant memory. A friend that used to be by my side was no longer there. I said that, but it wasn't like she had passed away or anything. It was just that one day she forgot all her memories about me. Oh. So is this Sachiko talking about Takako? She probably did it consciously too. I still couldn't understand the reason why. We had known each other since we were little. She had always been a little strange, but I simply couldn't imagine her ending up like that, given her personality. The bus finally reached the mountain path. Looking out the window, I started spotting patches of snow as we drove uphill. The amount of snow increased the higher we went. By the time my ears started ringing from the pressure difference between the lowlands and the mountain, the snow walls around the road had exceeded the bus's height. I remember my friend saying how the sight reminded her of Moses and the Red Sea. The tour conductor stood up from her seat and began talking about our trip. Basically, we could do whatever we wanted as long as we returned to the bus on time. She then began explaining the 2 alternate courses the passengers were free to choose from. One for beginners, another for the more experienced. The bus stopped almost at the same time as our explanation ended. The tour guide reminded us of the departure time one more time before the bus doors opened. It looks like they're on a freaking pilgrimage almost. They're gonna make some religious ritual in the middle of Antarctica, pray to the penguin god. The passengers scattered, each of them going in their chosen direction. Reminiscing about the last time I'd been here, I turned 360 degrees to take in the snowy panorama surrounding me. That's why I never have problems in any type of game. I can't do it, boom. 128,000 tries later, I go to a wiki. I'm the opposite. I never do that. I'd rather stop playing a game and never finish it than look at a wiki or look at a guide. I have to feel like I achieve whatever I achieve for myself. I'm pretty stubborn. I mean, I'm a tourist, so I should be stubborn. I've done this trip myself before reading Seabed. Can strongly recommend. It's a cool route. Alright, I'll try to keep that in mind. Oh, there's different levels too? Hey, so where do we go for a beginner's course, she asked me. Weren't you listening? Well, I wasn't. I thought you would anyway. Guess we both got a bit overly excited by the snow, I deflected. Oh. Well, then let's follow where everyone's going. I didn't want to panic over small details like this, and she wasn't the type to complain about them either. We found the longest train of people nearby and mixed in with them, eventually entering a relatively small wooden structure. Inside, we found a souvenir store and a cable car station. We observed the line of tourists buying tickets for the cable car. We did the same and lined up behind them. From a closer look, I realized it was a trolley bus, not a cable car. I checked the faces of people around us as we waited. I hadn't memorized the faces of our tour mates, but I was pretty sure I'd never seen these people before. Seemed like we had mixed in with an entirely different group. She was looking around as well, probably thinking the same thing. I've never ridden in a trolley bus before, she said. Me neither. It seemed like she had grown a little worried. Looks like it's going through a tunnel, I said. She replied. I try until there's no more trying, and then I search how to do it. Bro, I relent. That's the problem I have, like, in Atelier Lulua, for example. I got stuck in Atelier Lulua. I got stuck, I think, in Atelier Sophie, and I just never finished those Atelier games. Once the trolley bus had parked next to us, we boarded it with the rest of the tourists. The seat at the front was open, so I sat down there. We had the same spot back then, too. The same speedometer caught my eyes as back then. The tunnel I could see through the front window was dark and narrow. Being in a bus racing through that tunnel at a relatively high speed was quite thrilling. Back then I didn't really have time to enjoy it though. We were looking at the trolley bus timetable to confirm whether we could get back to our bus in time. But we weren't sure what to do or how long it would all take, so we couldn't even make an educated guess. The trolley bus stopped. We arrived at a place that looked a lot like the wooden structure we'd left, with an almost identical souvenir store and bus station. Relying on my old memories, I left the souvenir store and ascended the concrete stairs. I opened the door at the top of the stairs and entered a lookout area. A dark mountain range extended in front of me in the distance. The lookout was built at an angle that allowed a full view of the mountains, provided the weather was clear. Layers of snow covered the mountains like a set of beautiful white roots, sparkling under the blue sky. I had been to a lot of places, but nowhere else could I see colors like that. Confirming that the scenery hadn't changed over the years, I drew away from the railing and found a bench to sit down on further back. This time, I simply took in the scenery over the heads of the other tourists. Eventually, a group came in through the door and completely blocked my field of view. By the way, it's still not your achievement when you just get Jack or so to tell you. I mean, bro, this is different, my guy. Because this is a game with no trophies. And it's also a game where you're just reading. You don't need to figure out how to beat a boss or something. So I was speaking more so to other games like JRPGs and... yeah, mostly JRPGs. But I also, I guess, Souls-like games and things like that. A guy began introducing the mountain. Talking over gasps was awe from the newcomers. Jiu... say Kushami if you're not racist. Kushami. I closed my eyes, forming the scenery of the mountain in my mind, as well as myself sitting next to my friend. Unable to find the words to express myself, I simply shifted my eyes from one corner of the breathtaking scenery to the other. She was better with words than me, so I gave up on coming with something to do the scenery justice and instead waited for her to say something. However, as unusual as that was, she remained silent as well. Instead, she seemed to be too taken in by the scenery to talk. Yeah, I think it's definitely Sachiko talking about Takako. The way she says, however, as unusual as that was, she remains silent as well. It's like, that would be unusual for Takako. The mountains were indeed amazing, but she was also gazing at the white plains extending below them. Who's this? This actually doesn't look like either one of them. This almost looks like Lily. The guide's speech ended and the lookout fell silent as the group left. Only a few families that didn't seem to belong to any group still lingered around. "You're not going to join the walk down, young lady?" asked a man that had unexpectedly sat down beside me a bit earlier. I was in my late 20s, so I looked around to confirm whether he wasn't addressing someone else. But there was no one else around me, so I nodded. At a closer look, the man looked like he was in his 50s or 60s. His thick, naked wrists peeking out from under his coat indicated that he either did sports or worked in the fields. Both required quite a bit of physical strength. The scenery is amazing down there. You almost wouldn't believe it's Japan. What about you? Are you not going? I didn't have much experience speaking to someone in his age group, which made me somewhat hesitant. Nonetheless, I ended up responding to him anyway. You're just saying that to protect yourself? I think what I said makes a lot of sense. I ran out of breath, so I decided to take a break here. Besides, I've already been there like 100 times. The man looked at me. You don't look like a part of the tour. Are you traveling alone? I wore weathered clothes that favored mobility over style and had a large backpack on my shoulders. I must have looked like a wilderness camper, truth be told. You could say that. How long have you been traveling? About half a year now. That's nice, said the man. He then went on. It's best to travel while you're still young. You have a goal of some sort? I mulled over his question for a bit. I began my trip because I thought it would help me understand why my friend had lost all her memories of me. It was prompted by my trip to a zoo half a year ago. That day I felt like I saw a side of her I'd never known before, and I felt like I could find out even more if I retraced our shared steps. It was hard to explain it in concrete terms though. Thought about it some more on my train ride home, but I couldn't come up with anything in the end. Then I figured I'd get off at the same station we used to in the past. I guess I don't really have much of a goal. I just got a long break from work, so I gave him one side of the story. The man continued to ask me questions for some time. I told him about the route that led me here and mentioned a few things that happened along the way. As we ran out of things to discuss and fell silent, the man glanced at the clock. Would you like to read a book? I reached into my backpack and took out a paperback novel I'd been reading on the bus. I don't care much for books. They're all just a pack of lies anyway. He shifted his gaze to the dam at the bottom of the mountain range. Back when I was youngin', we didn't have electricity here. The small villages all had diesel plants, but they kept failing all the time. So when I was in elementary school, I had my teacher tell me all about how their engines worked. They weren't all that complicated, but without any knowledge, even the easiest fix would be a huge hurdle, let me tell you. Are you a mechanic? No, I didn't become that. We didn't have electricity, but we were short on food too, so I worked in the fields and would go sell the extra yield to neighboring villages. I probably wouldn't know if I hadn't happened to go there myself, so it's instantly recognizable, but this is the Tateyama Kurobo Alpine Route. Alright, let me screenshot that for memory. There's a bloody massive dam at the end, like 1 km wide. Or beginning, I guess, depending on your direction. That's crazy. There's definitely something I want to go to. I've been thinking about how I want to travel, like, soon, like a lot, like travel a lot. But at the same time, as you could probably tell by my complaining here and there during streams, my current salary isn't the most satisfying. It's a decent salary, but maybe not enough for traveling, unfortunately. So, I'll have to see what happens. I'm gonna argue for a better salary soon. And I think I have more than enough justification for getting a better salary. He was telling me about a long time before I was born. I understood why he specialized in the sciences, but that didn't explain why he didn't like books. Could be just a generation gap. Well, all things have a reason, the man said. Couldn't tell whether he was talking about the fact that he didn't like books, or if he had already returned to the issue of my trip not having a goal. Before I had the chance to confirm that, it was time for me to board my trolley bus. I said goodbye to the man and descended from the lookout. I returned to the bus stop in the wooden building and killed some time in the souvenir store while waiting for the trolley bus to come. I spotted some cookies and chocolate named after the location. You could see those a lot at places like this. Don't worry, Jack, I got this. Been talking to all my amigos about labor laws and all that. And we're confident that hopefully they'll fix the freaking mess that they made, because we all know I'm worth more than what I'm getting. There were also some local character goods. I personally found the plushie of a snow chicken particularly cute. It was a bird whose feathers would turn white in winter. There was a big statue of it by the entrance. There were also some pictures of it for sale. Oh, what did I press? What am I doing? I suddenly realized my friend was probably looking for this bird from the lookout. Gee, remember, most jobs aren't paid for work. They're paid by the difficulty of replacing you. Well, I'd be very difficult to replace because I have 3 university degrees. One of them is from an extremely prestigious school. I've got a lot of experience in my field because I've worked with kids as an educator for quite a long time. And I've got a lot of other things going for me, let's say, including my charisma. So, I'd be very hard to replace. I didn't realize it back then, but it was quite obvious in retrospect given how much of a bird lover she was. My trolley bus would soon arrive, so I moved over to the bus stop. I ended up not buying anything. I almost bought a tasty looking batera, but then I remembered seeing it cheaper at the main station, which made me change my mind. I decided to buy it later so I could enjoy it in the comfort of my train compartment on my way back. I was the first person to board the bus. I took my seat and waited. This time I spotted some familiar faces among the people who boarded after me. GU say... no. I already know what that means. I know Spanish. I know Spanish and I know Italian. If I need to get a new job, newspaper delivery's top of my list. Great exercise. God. Once the time came, you know, I feel like if you get a new job, Jack, you're gonna work at a sauna somewhere. You're gonna be like the manager of a sauna. Once the time came to leave and the other tourists had assembled, the guide made sure that everyone was present. After that, the bus rolled out of the station and toward its next destination. Say it. You're gonna have to redeem it using your loyalty points. Do you have 20,000 loyalty points to spare? It was the highest waterfall in the country. Last time she made the 30-minute trip up the perilous mountain path all by herself, just to reach the waterfall at the end of it. Well, yeah, I've done it before. You've managed a sauna before? I called it. I'd given up as soon as I saw the slope and waited for her at a nearby cafe. This time I'd go where she went. I glanced at the neighboring seat. She looked out the window with narrowed eyes. We should bring a pair of sunglasses next time, she remarked. Shit, bruh. Listen, it's not my fault that you haven't been earning channel points by commenting on the YouTube shorts. Just saying. Comment on the YouTube shorts. Comment on the YouTube videos. Get them channel points. Delivery was much better for my health. Listen, it's not about whether or not I LOVE you. It's about teaching you responsibility. Teaching you that things in life come with a cost. I'm trying to raise you for adult life, you know? You just don't understand yet. You're too young. You'll thank me in the future. Delivery was much better for my health. I agree with that completely. Any outdoor job or job where you're moving a lot is always going to be better for your health. And, you know, I was kind of in a similar position to you, because I know you basically could work from home if I'm not mistaken. You basically have a desk job now. And I was working from home during the pandemic, and that was absolutely awful and atrocious for my health, so I know what you're talking about. At the same time, I'm kind of surprised you say that, because even though you do have like an office, possibly work from home job, you said that you kind of do get to travel, you know, to Japan for part of your work. And I'm also aware that you didn't get to do that very much during the pandemic. So, you know, maybe lately your job hasn't been the best for your health, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. Things are improving a little bit. So I don't know. And I'm sure you do a lot of working out and everything on the side too, because I think we talked a little bit about those things when we were talking about like foods we eat and like health in general. So I think you're going to be alright, Jack. I hope you're going to be alright. I know you said you've been dieting to get back in better health. I hope you're making progress. I'm comparing the delivery job to being a foreman. What's a foreman job like? Do I have to look that up? I've heard the word before, but I forget what the responsibilities are. Foreman reports projects progress of supervisors, construction workers. Oh, so you worked in construction. That's pretty cool. Nobody here loves you except Emma. I see how it is, David. Listen, that's not true. There are people here who love you. Like, you know what the problem is? I'll tell you the problem, Azure. The problem is that you don't love people. I keep saying that you love XYZ. You deny it. Because you deny it, he doesn't love you back. If you were more honest about your feelings with people, they'd respond in kind. But you keep acting like a tsundere, so they're gonna treat you the same way. They're gonna treat you like tsundere, you know? It's just the Halo toxicity coming out. I got my own apartment now, so I'm not that pressed for money. So I kind of rather do the delivery. No stress and good exercise, even if it's payload. Wait, but I thought you were happy about your job with the game job. So what's this about wanting to do delivery? I'm so confused. You seem satisfied with your work life. I said if I need a new job. I mean, I know you said if you need a new job, but I don't know, the way you said I'd kind of rather do the delivery. Yeah, I thought you were having second thoughts for a minute there. I thought you were thinking more and more about this delivery job and falling in the rabbit hole. Everyone gotta get a target when my trips to Toxic start. What? I'm so confused. Oh, get a target? Because your toxicity is beginning? I see. Nah, don't lie to me now. And COD and Roblox FPS games. It's top of my list. I kind of thought about that myself. Like, I was thinking at one point, like, maybe having a mailman job would be cool. Because I like to walk a lot, and, you know, it's a government job. So it's like exercise, it's stable work. I felt like being a mailman would be cool. It wouldn't make sense to be a mailman, though, if, you know, with the level of education that I have, I don't think it would make sense. I think people expect a lot more of me. But I was just thinking, you know, it's a respectable job. Honestly, cool job out of metrics than making money. Yeah, true. Alright guys, we're out of here. I'll be doing another stream in about 14 hours or so. Morning time for Americas. Afternoon for Europe tomorrow. We're gonna be doing the Genshin live stream. Over 160 rolls for Raiden Shogun. It'll probably be I'm estimating a 3-hour stream. If there's a lot of people here tomorrow and if chat is like extremely active, I might go as long as 5 hours. It depends on how active chat will be. We'll see. So, yeah. I'm gonna make way more money, but I kind of like working at night. That makes sense too. I'm surprised you like working at night. I prefer working during the day. I like to sleep at night. And also, there's a lot of crime at night where I live, so better to not be outside at night. But yeah, guys, take it easy, eat well, sleep well. Thanks for being here. I appreciate all the communication, the interaction, the conversation. But as said, I'm working for a newspaper company for 4 years. I didn't know you were working for them for 4 years. That means you were working for them since you were 10, which is extremely insane. That's shocking news. Peaceful here, luckily. Yeah, you know, I gotta move out there with you, Jack. If you have a friend nearby who has some apartments for sale, you let me know. You never know, I might run away to Finland. Oh man, see you tomorrow, G. I have church in the morning. Hopefully I make it. Just skip church, you know. I'll pray with you. I'll pray with you during stream. Alright, oh, guess that's one of those free ad newspapers? Possibly. Alright, guys. Take it easy. Until next time. Thanks for being here.